King. I was like, I never said I think I'm Martin Luther King.
Toby's here in Atlanta?
He on the way. He on the way.
Okay. He gonna be at the
Yeah, he'll be speaking at the conference tomorrow.
Oh, that's gonna be dope.
He's speaking tonight.
He's speaking tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
I might have him do something tomorrow too, but he doing something tonight.
Houston?
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
I'm gonna try. If I don't make it down, I know I'm coming tomorrow.
Okay.
what's going on today?
We started
Just a VIP
4
today.
o'clock.
Okay.
4 to 8. It's the more, you know what I'm saying, people who making money, we trying to help them get
Gotcha.
to that next level.
Okay, gotcha.
Tomorrow's just, you know what I'm saying, the general boy.
Just open up.
Yeah.
But if y'all can come tonight, it's gonna be dope.
Whatever,
I'm
I mean, you can hit me up, bro. You come 4, 8, you can come, you know, not eat. Let's go do that, whatever. Just hit us up.
Okay, bet.
Yeah, you know, Dion will be in tomorrow.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's going to be, you know, especially after that Nick Saban boy.
Oh, I know he got some stuff.
We the first ones to get him system, so we about to go in. Yeah, we going in.
And y'all doing it at my church. That's the church I go to. Yeah.
Oh, no, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I go there. Yeah.
I don't even, you said, I heard you
Okay,
say
I said his name,
but I don't personally know him.
You don't personally
I never
know,
met
okay.
him before.
Because when I said his name, it was just like, oh.
Yeah.
He do it? He do it.
Yeah, I know he the man, but I'm saying I'm not from Atlanta, so I've never had a chance to meet him. I just see him online.
Yeah. He's a good dude.
Yeah, I know he just had
Oh, we
like a
recording, so.
Okay.
I told him to start recording.
Yes, sir, man. So what's going on, man? You already know you had another episode of A Parlay How It Goes Down podcast with Desi Banks and my dog Alton Walker.
A Parlay.
I gotta add that every time. I told you I gotta add that. It's that's the signature.
Yeah.
Parlay has to be in there.
Parlay has to be there.
Even though a lot of people haven't seen him.
I ain't seen him.
He's one of the realest. One of the.
I know of him. I know him to be a person.
I've been with him for 5 years. I ain't seen him yet.
He done seen him. He just didn't know that was him. You know?
Yeah, he always say he just left.
Exactly. But now, man, we got a special guest, man, in the building today, man, and I'm honored to have a guy like this, somebody I watch, to be inspired, by, I'm an athlete, and actor, comedian, but, to be able to keep going, to get words from, to stay hungry, when times get hard, you know what I'm saying? And you always got to find that inspiration to keep moving. He has been a guy, when I'm working out, I can turn on some of his motivational speeches and be able to, to keep pushing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A solid dude, great dude, a family guy, a father, just the inspiration, man.
Praise God.
E.T., Eric Thomas,
we in the building.
The youth pastor, the main pastor, the motivational pastor.
And I don't want to look over doctor too now. I know you don't like to be called doctor,
but we
but
got to do that here.
we don't have to do it, but I don't want to overlook the doctors in the building.
Yeah, God is good. Good to be in the building.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah, good to be in the building, man.
Yes, sir.
For real.
Yes, sir.
I look at it like, like an old guard, CP3, how he look at the young guards that's coming in the game, you know what I'm saying? And knowing that my exit is inspiring the new generation. And so, man, just watching y'all online, like laughing. I told them, man, hey, they blessed me. They let me come to a free, did a comedy show in San Diego. That was my first one ever. It was a date night for me and my wife. And it was fire, man. So I grew up on Richard Pryor. I grew up on Red Fox. I grew up on Eddie Murphy. You know what I'm saying? And so to see this new generation come in and really, man, Daz, man, the way he just took social media by storm. You know what I'm saying? Just to all y'all that's out there, it's like, I believe when you say create a door that didn't exist, that's what you did. Okay. Like, it's just crazy. And now you see everybody, no disrespect, but everybody doing skits now.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you like one of the godfathers of the skit boys.
2012. I started in 2012.
No questions asked.
On the Vine days.
And I mean, a lot of people doing it, and, they being blessed. But you the first one that I saw do it. And then you said, what was her name? V?
Pretty V.
Pretty V.
Yeah,
Those were the two people I saw first. Yeah. She just be in the house on the countertops doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so those were the two people that I watched. And see, tell you, like, I don't watch TV. I don't really get down like that. And so when I do watch it, it's because I'm being inspired. So, man, it is an honor for me to be on the show. You a big dog. You don't have to have somebody like me on the show. And so it's just an honor to be here, bro, and to be able to talk to the youth. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, much respect, y'all.
Most definitely.
Yes, sir.
I left early. I know I ain't give y'all no tip or nothing, but I got y'all.
No.
Give me your cash app. Give me your cash app.
When he came, man, we all got nervous. Man.
Hey, we showed it. We like, damn.
We were like, should we curse tonight?
We like, oh, no. Like his wife.
No. Y'all kept it good. Keep it funny.
I'm trying to do my whole Christian comedy shit, man.
We prayed 3 times before we hit the stage. Meditating nervous.
Lord Jesus. He did the building.
No, it ain't like that. It ain't like that.
Nah, we appreciate you coming through, though. That was cool, man.
Nah, most definitely, man. So, yeah, man, you know, man, like I said, man, we just want to hear a little bit about you, man. You know what I'm saying? We did a little research, but of course we know some things about you, man.
Yeah.
Before, you know, we moving, forward. So, we've been battling the Chicago and Detroit.
Okay.
Man. You know,
Yeah.
On the media, it say you from Chicago, Illinois.
Right,
But, you always speaking about Detroit.
I am.
Right.
So we want to get the difference. Is it Chi-Town, Chirac, or is it the D?
And you know what, man? It's tough, man. Unfortunately, my grandmother, she was from Bama, and she sharecropper, so she came to Detroit first. Then she went to Chicago. Then she left Chicago. She went to Detroit. So it ain't my fault. All right.
Right.
My mom was born in Detroit, raised in Chicago, right? So I was born in Chicago. I was born in Cook County. And then my mom got married, and so we moved to Detroit. So unfortunately for me, my mom, like literally, this ain't no lie. You can call my mom. When she got married, she's so close to her sisters that we literally went to Chicago every weekend for 7 straight weekends. So when my sister was born, my mom stopped traveling as much. But we literally, Friday night, Saturday morning, we go to McDonald's, get the big breakfast, and we would spend Friday night, Saturday, most of Sunday in Chicago. Then we come back and we do, of course, school doing Monday. So I'm from the Chi originally, but you hear me talk about Detroit mostly because I went to school, in Detroit.
How far is that drive from Chicago to Detroit?
4 hours.
Oh, that ain't that bad, though.
No, it wasn't too bad.
Every weekend?
Every weekend, bro.
It still was cold.
Yeah, well, I was cold in the D and it's cold in Chicago. Yeah. But South Side, I know some people wondering, but 79th and Halsted, is where I can't give you the exact address. So my aunties, they still live out there. But yeah, crazy experience. So my my biological father, all my people, they all from Chicago. So, in college, instead of going to Detroit, I would go to Chicago and spend most of my time in Chicago. So it's, I got love, man. I can't help it. Like some people have been blessed. They were just born in one city.
Right.
Both their parents was from there. Unfortunately, grandma was a rolling. Grandma moved around a little bit.
Yeah. We gonna look
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, so man, like being from Chicago, I'm starting with Chicago, man.
Okay.
How was that experience? Nowadays we hear Chicago being like this. I ain't gonna say dangerous place, but
I'm gonna be real with you. Chicago was way more dangerous, if you will, than Detroit. It was gangs,
right?
And so when you're in a gang community, it's almost like people try to force you. Yeah. I'm a lover. I'm not a fighter. You know what I'm saying? And so I had an older cousin, my cousin Randy. Like he was that guy that could just. He got along with everybody, but it was like, man, I would go to Chicago, have my hat. You know what I'm saying? I'm a boy, I got my hat to the left. They trying to beat me up. Yo, which set you rep? I'm like, I just got a hat.
It just looked good on the left side.
That's all. It just looked good on the left side. That's all. Just Pittsburgh Pirate.
So that's why you keep it in the
That's why I keep it in the middle now. Yeah, because I used to have it to the side. My grandma almost had to shoot somebody. You know what I'm saying? So, but Chicago, man, was rough, bro. Chicago was rough. Like I said, gangs, territory. Detroit not like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying we wasn't a gang. Like it was like 8 Mile, 7 Mile. You know what I'm saying? But it's where you lived, and you wasn't necessarily on the other side of town anyway. So it wasn't like you can't wear a certain color, you can't wear a certain outfit. Chicago was like, bro, you can't wear this, you can't wear that. So Chicago was rough. Detroit, love. I'm not trying to act like we ain't had no issues, but it wasn't the same by far.
That was because Detroit now, man. I know it was totally different then, because I go to Detroit now. It's on. I'm sorry to say it, but it's like Walking Dead. Man.
It is. But you got to realize, I grew up, in the 70s. So there was Young Boys Incorporated. It was a little, little gangs, but not gangs, but like they were selling drugs, whatever. But I grew up. My grandmother was on Virginia Park, which is right from, right around the corner from Hitsville. So as a kid, bro, you would know. The Jackson 5's in town, you could see Aretha Franklin. Like I was on Linwood, so the church that she went to, I was like right like literally on that block. So when I was coming up, it was like Motown at its finest. You know,
So Detroit was at its highest.
Man,
then.
it was booming.
You ever seen
bro.
Michael Jackson?
I never seen Michael Jackson, bro. I hate that. I never seen
but
him.
if I ever was in Detroit at that time,
I'd fall out.
and if I knew he was there, I'd probably be that kid that try to
yeah.
go in there and knock on the door
no
just
question.
to see.
Yeah, no
No,
question.
I
Yeah.
just be driving through it, man. Like the homes are.
It's crazy, bro.
It's
crazy.
it be
No, when I
depressing
was growing
sometimes.
up though, you talking about Cadillacs,
Yeah.
you know, Ford was booming, GM was booming, Chrysler was booming. All the cities like Flint, Saginaw, Lansing, everybody had money. And when you saw the car industry go, a lot of drugs came through. And that's why I felt about like Chicago, I'm not trying to be funny, but when I was growing up, I think the difference, Detroit had bread. So people didn't really have to do a lot of illegal stuff. Like, bro, you could be 18 years old and go work for the plant, be making $25 an hour. This back like in the late 70s, early 80s, bro. Imagine that. You 18 years old, you working a job, you making $25 an hour. Bro, it was, Detroit was, we had a lot of money back there. But now, I don't even go, like, no disrespect to the city, but I don't, bro, they rob, the Winans, bro. They rob, I'm like, come on, y'all.
Marvin, I remember that story.
Yeah, bro,
Marvin
so I'm like,
Winans.
bro, if you rob Marvin Winans,
You
that's the
rob
best
anything.
you rob anybody, bro. I'm like, I'm good on that. So I don't even go in the
If
city
you
like
rob
that,
Marvin,
bro.
Jesus Christ, you robbed the
Took
church.
his pants.
I remember that story.
Bruh.
I remember that story.
Grown man
That was
kicking-
in Detroit.
Yeah.
I didn't know where
They're
it was
so
at.
lazy, they don't even want to go in your pockets no
Wow.
more. They just tell you, take off your belt. Yeah, go ahead, let me get your whole hookup. So,
forgot
it's
about
crazy,
that,
bro.
Out there in boxes.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
See, that's why I got to be careful because we got to start moving different.
You
we go
gotta
to
move
Detroit,
before y'all go to
man.
Detroit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I didn't-
Especially that St. Louis experience. It was a crazy experience that he had, man. It was hilarious. Like I've never
Listen,
seen
I ain't
him
heard of it.
run
I ain't
Look, I just put it like
in
this.
his entire life.
If I hear I have a term after the the pow pow after them
yeah.
punches, man.
Oh yeah, you got to get a
So I don't if I see a fight happening
Yeah.
or if I hear it, I'm gone.
Yeah.
Because these young boys ain't
No, they
fighting no
don't-
more.
yeah, they don't
He didn't
fight,
even give
bro.
it time. Though.
No, I'm not even giving it time.
Yeah, they don't fight.
The way he moved,
Yeah.
like it was just shocking to me.
Wow.
I never
You haven't
seen
seen
him
him
move
move
this
like that.
fast.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know I moved that fast until we
Yeah.
saw the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, we going up the stairs, right? We going to a little nightclub
Okay.
after the show. You know,
Okay.
have a good time.
Yeah,
but
no
the
doubt.
people told us at the show, do not go to the east side. They told us that.
But y'all still want
we
to do
still
it.
win. We got to see what it's about.
Yeah.
You know, of course, black people,
Yeah.
we so nosy.
Yeah.
You know, we was acting, real whitish at the time. You know, so we get there. As soon as we get there, walking up the stairs, dude come out getting dragged out the club. Boom, 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 boom. So I look back.
I was
my
in Atlanta.
man gone. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? The security guard, he got him. You know what I'm saying? We like, yo, Alex,
Yeah,
come
but he
on.
said, I don't care.
Yeah.
That's just one. I don't know how many behind that one.
I was in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But look,
That quick.
we telling him, we like, yo, the security people up here, we might want to
we
go
good.
this way.
Yeah.
He like, no, let's go this way. Why would we go where we think somebody finna go crazy at?
right.
And now I'm like, nah, if it's
But he
gonna
don't
be a
know.
shootout,
Yeah.
It happened so quick, man.
Yeah.
I just want to
You
go
didn't
home.
have time, bro.
I just want to go home.
But they told you not to go in the first place, though.
But when he came back, you should have saw the direction he came back. So he went this way, going back. But going back to the club, it's like he was coming from the woods.
I don't know where I went, man. But like I said, they don't
No, bro,
fight.
it's real, bro.
Nah, it is
It's
real.
real, bro.
They shooting, right? Like as soon as you get punched one time, it's
it's a wrap.
shooting.
I don't even know if they punched one time. I saw a kid. They was pulling him out. Police had. He had about 110 pounds, and I was like, "Yo, bro, you could be 110 pounds these days and be in the thick of it because you're not doing this. And you just pulling out a gun and doing this. It's scary, bro. You don't got nothing to lose."
You fought a lot when you was a kid?
So unfortunately, yes, not because I wanted to and I was strong and tough, but because I was so short. Everybody bullied me. Like everybody just thought, they cap and joke. They gonna come to me.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? So I had to learn how to fight because I was just, even my cousins would just, it's like I can get him. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So they used to just bully me all the time. High school, I went to Detroit Henry Ford. It was about 2,500 students. Bruh, not that I grew a lot, but you know what I'm saying? But I had a growth spurt. You know
And
what
I
I'm
was trying to figure out what
Dez, I had a growth spurt, Dez. You know what I'm saying? I had a growth spurt, man. You know what I'm saying? For me, you know what I'm saying? It's all relative.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The knees grew a little bit.
The knees grew. You know what I'm saying? So when I was in high school, they used to kick me out all the time because the security guards thought I was in middle school.
Yeah.
So they used to always put me to the side. So right about my sophomore year, I got about 2-3 inches. Yeah. But I always tell people when they tease me, if you see my mom, she probably about 5 at best. My father, he about 5'5". Yeah, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Because my son got a little height. So they said, where you get it from? I said, he got it from me. I said, what? Wait, he get it from you? I'm like, yo, if you look at my parents, I'm high, tall compared to my parents, bro. So you can't, my start wasn't great. So you can't be mad at me. Yeah. So I used to get bullied a lot, man, in school. And but again, let me be cautious because, when they talk about bullying now,
right.
I don't, growing up in the hood, it just is what it is. I mean, and then the fellas on the block I'm talking about my block, the older cats used to beat me down, and not to hurt me, but they were like, yo, you small, so we gonna have to really get you prepared, you know what I'm saying, for high school. And so, bro, when I tell you, Wayne, Dre, bro, they used to just grab me, open my chest, like, hope, and just boom. So I picked up, you know what I'm saying, I picked up at least the ability to defend myself.
Right.
I'm not saying I was walking around here beating nobody down, but I did get to a point where cats would bully and be like, oh no, you're gonna beat E, but what you gotta go through to beat my man, like it ain't worth it, bro. So I wouldn't. I told you, I'm a lover.
You're a lover, not a fighter,
bro.
But it's in you though.
It's in my guy.
What did you? So what did you originally want to do as a child?
NFL.
Wow.
Halfback.
We got something. That's crazy.
I wanted to go. I wanted to be a running back. I saw Tony Dorsett. You watching TV. I saw Tony Dorsett, Herschel Walker. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, man, one of these days I'm gonna go to the league. I'm gonna be in the. Yeah.
I mean, did you play? So you played in high school or middle school or rec?
Just outside. Just outside.
In the backyard. Throw him my bus him out.
I played pass. You remember pass?
He trying to take it.
Throw him tackle.
So what you play college?
PAL was a league. I was in the police athletic league. I was in PAL.
Just at the crib.
Yeah. Now I will say this. Although I didn't want to do it, I was a great baseball player. I played first base. Great baseball player. But one of my challenges, and I ran track, real good in track. My challenge though was I never really did school.
Okay.
So football is like football starts to host, like you come into the first semester, you got to get your grades for football. Mm-hmm. So that was a wrap. Yeah. But I did run track. You don't get your grades till a little later when you run track. You know what I'm saying? So I was in that joker for a while until the state chat, you know what I'm saying? Then the grades came out. But baseball was my thing, track was my thing. But like I didn't do school a lot. I dropped out. So I didn't really do organized sports because I wasn't in school like that.
So go to that, high school dropout.
Yeah.
How was that? And, being homeless as well,
Yeah, it was tough, bro.
Give us a little bit, about that. What was the reason of you dropping out and, you being homeless?
So no disrespect to my mom. She had her life. She got pregnant with me when she was a teenager. So she made the decision she made. I can't question those decisions. But I think my mom, was a very moral person. I think it hurt her that she got pregnant so early. Mm-hmm. And then she thought this was somebody she was going to be with. You know what I'm saying? That's that first love thing. Yeah. And so it was just me and my mom. But I guess I was too young. But when I was 5, she started, dating or whatever and got married. Maybe I was 4 or something. She 3 or something. I don't know. But at 5, she got married. And she never said that wasn't my biological father. Mm. She kind of just rolled into, the relationship, like we had always been together. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So he adopted me. Again, no disrespect, but my true last name is not Thomas. Mm. My father was a Monday. You know what I'm saying? But my mom said for whatever reason, he didn't want to take responsibility for me. She got married, and my father who raised me was like, yo, I'm going to adopt you and give you my last name. But nobody ever told me that wasn't my real father. But you know how the hood is. People go, man, my man was 6'8". Yeah. So the jokes was heavy.
You know damn well that ain't your damn dad. You 5'7". He's 6'10". He a whole NBA father.
And he was. He played high school ball, was one of the best. They won a championship. He went to Texas Southern, played for Texas Southern. Injured his knee and ended up coaching for Texas Southern. Then he came back to Michigan. So, bro, I was getting roasted.
Yeah. Can you imagine thinking that growth spurt coming any day?
Any day.
Somebody coming up to you say, hey, man, that ain't your daddy, right? I'm telling you, that ain't your
And, for real, you laughing, but at first it was a joke.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But then, in the hood, like, people joke on stuff that's,
fact.
They joke on stuff that's real. You feel me? And so after a while, you keep hearing it. I was just like, whoa, maybe he ain't but he gotta be.
Yeah.
Because my mom wouldn't lie to me.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way he ain't my father. I don't care about the joking. We talking about my mama now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's fighting words. My mama wouldn't lie to me and not tell me who this, you know what I'm saying? She wouldn't do that to me. And so as I got older, then you got aunts. There was a lot of them, man. My grandma had 14 kids, so they cool, but you know, they still jabbing.
Yeah.
So I had a couple, you know, relatives that would be like, I ain't gonna say nothing to you, but you might want to talk to your mama about something. I'm like, about what? She'll let you know when you go ask her. You know, so when I was about 12, I started building up the courage, you know, to be like, all right, Ma. And then I knew something was wrong, y'all. Now don't laugh at me, but I was one of the only dudes on the block with 3 grandmas. You know what I'm saying? You know, you get older.
Got you.
When you're young, the 3 grandmas are smooth.
Yeah.
Christmas, birthdays, the 3
On all 3
grandmas.
houses.
Everything. You got to. You trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, but one of these, you know, Sesame Street said one of these grandmas don't belong.
Yeah, something ain't right. Something's not right.
Something's off. You know what I'm saying? So at 12, I went to my mom. But bro, I'm telling y'all, it's rough. I don't care what the world say. When your mama say something, it's like I don't care if all the evidence goes against. It's your mama though.
Your mama.
Yeah.
You feel me? And so I went to my mom and asked my mom, and she was like, "Yeah, I was gonna have that conversation with you at some point." And I was like, "At some point?"
Yeah.
It's like, at what point was you gonna have it? And so you can only imagine at 12 realizing this wasn't my father. It caused a lot of problems. At that point, I was like, bro, I wasn't even really, and it was not in a bad way, but y'all gotta understand, even though you're a child and you don't know, you still know. So we never really, you know what I'm saying? Like it was never that just, for whatever reason, that bond. It was never really that emotional click. You feel me? And so then when I found out it wasn't, I was like, oh, that's probably why, you know, and I was like, you can't touch me. I became very disrespectful, you know, very rebellious. So at 13, I left the crib. So I started, literally, I ran away at 16, but what people don't know is I started running away at 13.
Dang.
You feel me? So at 13, I was like, I'm out, because like I can't trust my mom. But when you 13 and you homeless, you like, all right, I gotta go back. This is, you know. But every time I would leave, I mustered up the know-how that when I did it at 16, I was like, bet, I know how to survive. I don't never got to go back.
Damn.
So that's what it was. It wasn't homeless because I was rebellious to the world or nothing. It was like, yo, you lied to me. This ain't my father. This relationship ain't working out. He trying to punish me for stuff I probably should have been punished for. Right. But I'm like, bro, you ain't my father, bro. Don't touch me. Don't say nothing to me. And so 16, I left. It was hard, you know, living in abandoned buildings. You know, my mom had given me this old school Ford Escort. You know what I'm saying? You know about?
Ford Escort.
I don't know what
That was one of my first cars, man.
All I heard was Ford.
You know what I'm saying? I know there's an age discrepancy here.
Yeah.
But I used to sleep in the car, end up getting in a car accident, totaled it, you know, living in abandoned buildings. You know, when I worked at McDonald's, I literally worked at McDonald's to have a place to stay. Like I strategically worked there. It was a 24-hour one on Finkel in Wyoming. Yeah. So I worked there from 5 o'clock at night to like 5 o'clock in the morning, because it's easier to go to somebody's crib at 5, 6 in the morning than it is to go at somebody's house at night. Right. You go at night, people like, he trying to spend the night. You go in the morning, it's like, oh, they getting ready for school. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't going to school though. You feel me? And so it was tough, but when you got that much anger and rage inside, you'd rather be homeless than you would be at the crib.
And because I heard the story, I was listening to you talk about it, and I was going to ask you, like, man, why? Like me, why just go back home?
No doubt.
Like, why not just go?
I think though, bro, when you have somebody that you look up to your whole life, and I love my mom, she know that.
Yeah.
But at that time, bro, like, you gotta understand, bro, like, moms is like, we revere our mothers, our grandmothers, and when you figure out the person you love the most, like, your whole life is a lie, it's just tough to be in the room.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So it was more about the lie more than the situation. You just
both.
So have you forgave your mom? Have you forgave your real dad? Do you be around your real dad?
Yeah. So I started talking to my real father. Man, crazy, y'all, crazy. So my real father, my biological father's mom, like, yo, she been with me since day one. That's why I told you I had 3 grandmas. I'm like, yo, this one. I don't really know, but I love the love. You feel what I'm saying?
She Chinese. You trying to figure out why she's Chinese.
You know what I'm saying? Stupid. You know what I'm saying?
She cooking shrimp fried rice. She over there cooking fried chicken. They grilling barbecue over here. What's up with this Chinese food?
But the Chinese food is good. It's good though, so you ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? You just trying to figure it all out. You know? So when my real father's grandma would come around, I was connected to my aunt, my uncle, my cousins. I knew everybody. Yeah. Just my real father, when I would go to my grandmother's house, I didn't know who he was. I just thought he was a friend of the family.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know who my man was. And nobody ever said anything because my mom was like, don't say nothing. So I was literally raised by his people. Like, my cousins, we all hung out. You know what I'm saying? So it was just, bro, you could just imagine when you figure all this stuff out. It's just like, yo, Ma, how did you pull? Like, yo, this some first 48.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you made, my mom, you understand how many people she had to shut up?
Yeah.
Like, not say nothing to pull that thing off. So for me, I was like, yo, you went through all of that. Like, you used to whip my butt and put me on punishment for lying. And now you are a liar. Like, my whole life is a lie. So it was, yeah, bro, it was just a lot to deal with. So my biological father, I think I was 25. I was in college, came home, and we both walked up the stairs. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to build a relationship with my man. And we went to my grandma's crib, you know, whatever. I got a phone call. I pick up the phone. I don't know why I picked up the phone. Like, hello? She's like, hey, is Daddy there? I'm like, okay, yeah, Uncle. You know, Uncle Mike. Uncle Mike. Yeah, he is. She's like, no, Gerald. I was like, Gerald. I'm like, you my sister?
Wow.
So then another dude come in. What's up? You know, oh yeah, this your brother.
Yeah.
Bro, it was like Oprah. It was like being on the Oprah Winfrey show.
Wait a minute,
Right. In the world. And I think that hurt me. I was trying to build a relationship with him at 25, and I was like, yo, bro, okay, she only 9 months younger than me. So that means when you was with my mom, you was with her. Okay, and then I was like, bro, this too much. Yeah. And so I let it go. And then when I had my son, unfortunately, when I had my son, bro, I was like, yo, your son is only gonna be as strong as his roots. Like, he gotta know his family. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't make it like he don't know the Mondays. Like, he gotta know his people. And not just on some family stuff, but also, bro, people literally grow up and start dating each other and don't even know that, you know, it's like, that's your relative. Like, that's your second cousin, whatever. So I was like, bro, you need to know who your family is. And I was like, I got to build a relationship with him so that they can know their granddaddy. Like, who goes through life without knowing your grandma and your granddaddy?
Or it would have probably been that same situation.
Yeah,
you know,
it would have
been you doing what your mom doing. Don't even want to tell them.
Yeah, so
they would have circled back around.
Yeah, so 30, I was 30, we start building a relationship. I'm 51 now. So the last 20 years,
that's good,
we've been doing our thing. It's weird though, when you get 30, you miss a lot. Yeah. You know, when you come into a relationship with your biological father, when you're a grown man, I had been married for about 20 years at that time. I had 2 kids. It was what my expectations were and what it really was, it was different. You know, so but at the same time, man, I'm happy because my kids know their grandfather, they knew their great grandma before she died. They know their great aunts. Man. So yeah, but it's hard, man, when you have to be the one. When you got to be the one to do it.
I don't know, man. You probably look. There's gonna be a lot of people you help with that because I look at your
fathers.
Yeah, father.
I kind of got like a father story.
Yeah. I mean, I think same thing.
You know, me and my dad, we really just started back getting cool, like right now, but he was kind of like when I was a kid, like in and out, you know what I'm saying? My mama really raised me, you know what I'm saying, as a child. Yeah. And even when I got my son right now, I see the importance of, you know what I'm saying, being in your child life.
I see it.
You know what I'm saying? And, that's some of the stuff that I wish I would have had, you know what I'm saying, when I was a kid. But, I forgave him. Me and my dad, we cool. You know what I'm saying? We talk about it. We spoke. Everything is good right now. But, just to hear that story. But I feel like a little bit of that, and I'm sure it helped you. It helped me become the person I am today. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff I had to learn. You know what I'm saying? On my own of just being a man, going through different things, that mama couldn't teach you, you know what I'm saying, how to do. But at that moment, you're not having your father, you getting all those lies. Do you feel like that's what made you who you are today? Man. Is that your story? Is that what, you know what I'm saying? That's what started everything.
So my boys that know me, they all say this. You got homies and everybody gonna have a different experience with you when you got homies. But all my homies was like, bro, I don't know what happened, but when you let that go, they was like, you had already been speaking, but they was like, yo, you went to a whole nother level, bro.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say, because it's like, yo, you've let some stuff go. The freedom you have on that stage, your essence is just like, you know when somebody is at that place where you know
it's
what?
Crazy. When you ain't so when people say, what is it like? I say, yo, bro, I've been an eagle by the grace of God, but I see it as an eagle with 200-pound weights on it. So you still flying because you strong, you know? But when I forgave my father, clip, then I was like,
for sure.
Like I didn't have to do this no more. Like like not forcing, but like working hard. And I look at cats, man, who had their fathers in their lives, and I listen to the way they talk, and I'm like, man, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
That confidence you have, that, bro, why he trying to I think one of the biggest challenges that came from me not knowing my father, and I didn't even know it, but was overly needing of affirmation, overly needing people to speak kind to me, or I gotta be in a group. I couldn't be alone back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And I look at dudes that got their fathers in their lives, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. The confidence.
Yeah.
And just they don't got a lot of baggage that when you don't have your daddy in your life, it's just a lot of baggage that you carry that you gotta. It's like stuff that somebody did with you and for you. You gotta do it all by yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
it's crazy because I had my father and I try to create some kind of because I was a mama's boy. My mom, I grew up both parents, everything, but they had some issues. My dad did some things, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And I'll never forget, he moved out. I was mad, man. I remember staying with him for like a year or two, wouldn't even speak to him because the way he was treating my mom. Yeah. But it was like I know it was God. Yeah. God was like, hey, man, how was he as a father? And I had to sit back and say, God, dog, he was an amazing father. It was like, but he wasn't your husband, so I can't judge him.
That's good.
I was like, ooh, it was like, you can't judge that man as a husband. How was he as a father? So, and then I'm hearing that they didn't, like people that didn't have fathers and stuff, and I'm like, my dad raised me, start talking about the budget, all the stuff that you saying, gave me that foundation. Here I am trying to create some drama.
And you know what's so crazy about that though, man? I apologize, to my father who raised me if he listening. I did him wrong, bro. It is what it is. I was immature. Yeah. But he could have been that to me. But because of the way it went down with my mom, and I was a mama's boy.
Yeah.
Super.
I think we all three mama's boys.
I'm talking about, bro, me and my mom, so much so that at 5, I was jealous. You understand what I'm saying? I look back now, I was like, yo, bro, you was on some, when I was with my mom, I ain't want nobody. Even when my sister was born, I wasn't really feeling it at first. Because I was like, okay, this is about to take some time away from my... So I never even gave my man a shot. Just to be real, I never even gave him a chance. So he was around me for, it would have been 10 years. I was like, bro, you ain't my father, you can't tell me what... I never even tried to get that emotional thing that you're talking about, but I do. When I look at dads, and again, we see people online, I'm watching, and I watch him with his child, and I'm like, yep, I could tell... You know what I'm saying? You all in. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I could tell that's important to you. That's special to you. So it was weird, but like I said, me and my father have a relationship now. It's just, all right, let's just go here. Let's just be real, right? So his best friend, when we all used to be together, he used to be like, hey, you need to go check. We went to the TD Jakes thing, Manpower, I think it was called. And he was sick. So my father went up to the room sick. And his boy was like, yeah, you need to go check on your son. And I was like, what? I ain't say nothing because I'm like, he ain't that old, but maybe something wrong with my man. Yeah. So then he came up to me again. Yeah, you go check on your son? Yeah. And I was like, what? Yeah. He was like, man, your son's sick. You might want to go check on him. Yeah. I was like, okay, let me go check on my father. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Went, checked up on my man. Came back. He was like, how was your son doing? And I prayed about it. Why does he keep saying this? But I realized what he was saying was, because of what you've gone through in life, what you've been experienced, what you've been exposed to, bro, when you in this game, you get exposed to a lot of, sure. Not people think celebrities. It ain't even about celebrities, bro. You meet people who are mentors. You see things that other people don't see. You travel the world. You going out the country, and God hit me with, he's your father because of age, but not because of experience. You feel me? And what you don't want to recognize is your mother and your father were kids, and they went through, they go through. Exactly. So you want to act like they just been grown their whole life. They not. They've been through their own.
That's good.
And he needs you to be a father to him. You feel me? And I was like, yo, I ain't what? All this time I done waited to have him in my life, and you want me to be his what? So that was rough for me. So that's what I meant when I said we do have a relationship, but I'm really, not to disrespect my father. He know the drill. Where I am spirits. I went to HBCU. What I was exposed to, that choir, those pastors at the church. I mean, at the school, the leaders. He didn't get that. He didn't travel the world. He don't know. Bro, I tell people one of my greatest memories was being in Atlanta. We went to Martin Luther King's memorial, and we was about to pray, and I prayed that I would meet Coretta Scott King. All of a sudden, she came out.
Wow.
and was like, how y'all doing? I'm like, good. She's like, I want to pray with y'all. Wow. And I was like, well, bruh, like that kind of stuff makes you more like, too much as God told me, he said, too much is given, much is required. You've seen a lot, done a lot. You owe this to your father. Because he's your father, you owe it to him to be to him whatever he needs to get that healing. And so when my grandma passed, I just made a commitment like, Dad, grandma gone. Me and you straight, but we ain't really been. Grandma gone, so that time I would spend with her, because she was my dog, the time I would spend with her and the energy I would get of her, I'm gonna get at you and my aunt that's alive. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's still, I'm not gonna lie to you. I get through it and I process it for others, but it's still not, I still don't wake up like, oh, this is the best thing that ever could have happened to me. Yeah. I'm on some, all things work together for the good, because to your point, it has humbled me. And man, I think I relate to people. Like when people meet me, they just be crying. I'm like, what you crying for? They're like, bro, you don't understand. Like, you changed my life. But that's because of what I've gone through. Yeah. I don't think if I had gone, like I think if I'd have finished school, if I would have, gone to college, been successful, I wouldn't be able to relate to people. But when I talk, like I know pain, bro. Like I know pain, bro. Like you sleeping in the, oh, you was homeless. How did that feel in the city? Bro, bump homeless. You know what it feel like not to be talking to your mama? Like, you know how I feel the person you the closest to in the world, you beefing with that person? You know what it's like not to go to Thanksgiving because you and your mama beefing? Bro, and so when I speak from that place. I don't speak from the Bible says, and Ecclesiastes
the Bible.
And there's nothing wrong with homiletics. There's nothing wrong with being able to break a story down. But when you've lived the story and you break the story down, that's a little different, bro.
It's different.
Yeah, it's different, bro.
Wow. Yeah, that's that, man. That's what's up, man. So, get into the motivational speaking part, man. How was you inspired by that? What inspired you to get into that space, man? To be able to motivate all these people across the world, man. How did you know that was your purpose in life? You know, how did you know that God put this in your life to be able to, explore this world, to do these great things for people? Because, like I said, man, you inspire me a lot. It'd be times, it'd be like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. If I'm feeling down, I can go listen to one of your speeches and be like, okay, like, I'm back, let's get it. I'm good, this is what it's about, it ain't gonna be, of course it's a marathon. It's gonna take time, I can stay strong, I'm good, you know what I'm saying? So what made you get into that? Well, who inspired you to start doing what you're doing?
So before I go there, for those of you who are listening to Dan's show, like, y'all gotta get this. This is why he is who he is. Y'all gotta hear what he just said. He'll listen to me at 3 o'clock in the morning, right? He could call me. You feel me? Like, he could call me. But he gonna go to that thing and get the inspiration from and some of y'all like, I gotta meet E.T. I gotta be with E.T. You feel what I'm saying? That's why you not where he is, because you feel like you feel what I'm saying? Like, he could call me and be like, it's 3, I know you're up. You know what I'm saying? Give me some. No, but he gonna go to the internet and he gonna go get what he needs. For sure. That's the energy, not the person. And there's too many people out here like, I don't meet E.T. I gotta be in the room with E.T. No, you don't. You ain't gotta be in the room with me. You ain't gotta see me. You ain't gotta know me. So he's taking the stuff and doing something with it. You thinking you need another human. And you don't need another human. Like, you got everything you need to do what you need to do. You just may need, like you said, a little motivation or whatever to get your butt back up and do it. So I got to speak to that first. Like, that's huge, because so many people would be a lot further if they could just rely on whatever's in their environment and stop being codependent on other grown people. Like, you grown. And it don't mean like, dads don't ever call me. It don't mean that. Like, I hit them up. Like, y'all coming to San Diego? Yeah. Like, y'all doing a hookup in San Diego? I call like, y'all gonna be in San Diego. I want to be there, and wanted to stalk and be like, let's do this, let's do that. I was like, I'm gonna leave them alone. I'm gonna tell you come back the next time, but we're gonna do lunch or something the next time they come. But to the motivational part, and again, I could be saying this wrong. I really did get a GED. I think it's Bobby McFerrin. I think that's his name. But he had a song, Don't Worry, Be Happy. And it was like a #1 hit at that time. And he did like multiple voice, like, he would do instruments with his voice. He was Don't Worry, Be Happy. And bro, I must have listened to that when I was homeless 1,000 times. And I was like, yo, I want to be to the world where he was to me. You feel me? But again, how did I become a speaker? HBCU. Like, how people look at LeBron and how people look at, Magic and Jordan. Like, I literally looked at Malcolm and Martin Luther King like that. I literally was like, I could do that. football, I always felt like I could play, but the reality is you can feel a certain way, but it's still an institution. Like, you don't get to decide. You know what I'm saying? But when I would hear them speak, bruh, I would get goosebumps. I would feel like, yo, I could do that. Like, not because I remember my grandmother once. You think you Martin Luther King? I was like, I never said I think I'm Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther the King. Martin Luther the King.
Yeah, you ain't know that. It's like almost.
You don't know them.
I tell people.
You never met no.
Right. But you know, when you was a kid, they got Jesus and Martin Luther King.
Every household.
That was the main picture.
Jesus, Martin Luther King, and depending on your grandma, she might have John F. Kennedy on there, and the prayer of serenity. You feel me? Like the prayer of serenity on that joker. And my grandma looking at me like Martin Luther King, and I'm like, yo, I'm not saying I'm going to be Martin Luther King, but I want to do what he's doing in terms of, like, you got a lot of people who are successful, but you have some people who are helping the people who are successful. You feel me? Like, you got some people who are successful and they're focused on, yo, I'm gonna be successful. Then you have people who are like the preacher's preacher, you know, the comedian's comedian. You know what I'm saying? Like, they there to help the people that's doing it. I was like, yo, I could do that. And so when I went to HBCU, bruh.
Which one?
I went to Oakwood University, which is right across the street from Alabama A&M. So both in Huntsville, Alabama. And bruh, when I tell you, like, listen to speaking, you know, bro, when you're on the HBCU campus, you got football, basketball, but the orator is sweet too. The dude that can debate.
Did y'all have like church? Did y'all have to go to like a assembly every Wednesday?
No
or something?
question, bro. We went Tuesday. And then it was chapel every day. Like, if you miss chapel, you get fined.
I went to Payne College in the gospel.
No question, bro. You had to go every day, bro.
Yeah.
So I was in that environment, and so we had the best speakers coming to our campus, Reverend Jesse Jackson, et cetera, coming to our campus. And you know how somebody, like, you a comedian, you know, when I'm sure when y'all listen to Richard Pryor, you know, I see the picture, Eddie Murphy, it's different. Some people laughing and joking, but you looking at it like,
study.
Yeah,
Right.
How
did he say
I
this
was
show?
looking, I was like, Martin Luther King, how you get all those people in church to Malcolm, how you get, and you got all these men, and I looked up to those dudes, and so when I'm in the airport and a dude come up to me, because I had women come up to me all the time, oh, your church, you know, it's your Instagram, it just seems like you ain't got nothing men, you don't speak to women. I was like, I'm not trying to be funny. It's a lot of men who can convince women to do stuff. It ain't a whole lot of men that follow men. Like, it is what it is, bro. You start a church tomorrow and get 4,000 women in there.
Sure
Easy.
will.
It don't take nothing, bro. You ain't about to get no 4,000 men to show up in your church unless you right.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And not you perfect or nothing like that. But men got to know that you ain't out here doing, like, you ain't on what I'm on. And that's why I'm following you, because I need an example. So I'm not going to see you at the spot I'm at doing, you feel me? And so I made a commitment like, yo, Martin, I made a commitment, Malcolm, you know, I looked up to them and they got me going. And I'm going to be real. See, I tell you, bro, we were just on campus doing our thing. I was hitting colleges before, you know, I started doing this. I was preaching, you know, in schools doing this. And that's all I ever wanted to do. I never knew I was going to be a celebrity from doing it. I wanted the responsibility of Martin Luther King. I didn't want the rewards. I never wanted to be like somebody that you recognize in the airport. When we talked and you was like, I'm going to make you a household name, he said, I'm going to make you a household name. I wasn't into that. I was just like, whatever school we go to, bro, when I get in there, it's life or death, bro. These kids either going to jail, they're going to get shot and killed.
That's real.
When I go in there, I got to talk in a way where I get their attention. And he was like, that's cool, but it's going to be easier if you're a celebrity to walk in these schools. Like, they going to listen to you, period.
It is what it is.
Yeah, he said they going to listen to you, but if we can get you a celebrity, well, you ain't even going to have to take the first 5 minutes to calm them down and whatever. And I was like, bet. So that with the J's, you know what I'm saying?
And people don't really understand. I'm going to jump in now. You know, this like our podcast. He do all the talking, just leave me sitting there. But people don't understand, like, back in the day, when we was coming into schools and stuff, nobody knew who he was. Like, we was up there, cats was throwing stuff. I remember one time I was speaking alongside of him. One time we was talking, like, both of us up there, we giving our hearts. And these kids, I'm talking about Lean On Me, Eastside High. And I remember the principal came up and grabbed the mic out our hands, like, y'all embarrassing me. Like, that's where we started. So people see it now. So in my head, I was like, wait a minute. I'm sitting here watching and knowing that this dude is the GOAT. So I tell people all the time, it's like, imagine going to the YMCA and seeing Ja Morant in that joint. And you like, how is he not in the league? And so I was hooping with him, and that's when I told him, like, nah, we got to make you a household name and a celebrity, because in this country, people respect that. Bruh, so y'all been watching E for a minute, but his most famous speech when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, right? The guru story.
That's my favorite quote. I was going to talk about that quote too.
And real quick, I'm in the room when that happened. Now, I was already E right hand, right? Like we had to start rolling or whatever. And I'm in the room when that happened, right? I'm talking about everybody got goosebumps. Everybody ready to run through a wall. About 20 of us in there. Bro, the next day I called up a middle school. I was like, hey, I got this dude, motivational speaker. They like, who is it? I'm like, his name Eric Thomas. They like, who? We'll call you back. I called him back the next day. Hey, we don't even want no money. We just want to come. And they was like, nah, we good on Eric Thomas. And I remember being like, yo, something is really wrong here. And at that time, like I said, we was doing the 1-2. I was speaking, he was speaking, and that's when we came back to the office the next day. I was like, bro, something got to change. We're going to make you a household name. Right. He never wanted to be out front. He wanted to be the Jackson 5 forever. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, nah, I stopped speaking. My media director, Carl, I was like, look, we're going to put all our energy behind E. We actually were calling ourselves at the time Break the Cycle. And I was like, kill that, because don't nobody know Break the Cycle. That's not a person. Like, you can't put a face to that. And I was like, yo, we going ET. And we sat in the room, and I was like, it was when YouTube first came out. This literally, like, YouTube had just came out. And I remember I tried to get Eric Thomas, my dude who was doing it. I was like, see if you can get Eric Thomas, the YouTube channel. Nope, of course, too common a name, right? It was already taken. So I was like, E.T., man, E always used to be preaching on campus, and he had just did a sermon called "You Can Have Whatever You Like." Right when T.I. was, had the song out, and he, of course, he did it like Christ. You could really have whatever you want. And we were sitting in there, and everybody was like, "Man, my man who be doing the hip hop sermons and stuff." So I was sitting in the office, and I was like, "Man, E.T. Eric Thomas, E.T. the hip hop preacher," and then right then, boom, we locked up E.T. the hip hop preacher and started putting all our weight behind making him a household name and the celebrity portion of it, because like he said, now we go into schools, you got 16, 17-year-olds like, oh my God, E.T. It just changed the vibe for us.
I don't have to fight. I walk in.
I know they're ready to go.
They ready to go.
I do workshops and stuff like that. I was in the missions, and he'll tell you sometimes I got to send 1,000 emails out a day, man.
Yeah, crazy, bro.
Just trying to get into the school.
Oh yeah, nah.
I mean, they're a little bit more open sometimes, but it's hard, man. Just to come in and just to talk.
But I'm saying, now that y'all who y'all are now, and y'all doing this, you can be like, yo, we want to. They like, come right in. So I understood that, man, and I watched this man, and again, I've been E right hand for 15 years, and I'm gonna tell y'all, like, I look like when I hear y'all describing like how he's changed y'all life, y'all gotta understand I had a first row seat to this, right? And so it was funny. One of the stories I tell. We were in Harlem, and this is before even E.T. the hip hop preacher, before anything. And so just to let y'all know, like, how much this man lived it, bro, we in Harlem, and he about to preach at this church. Now, again, nobody knows this is not E.T. Eric Thomas. Nobody. We ain't got no hats, no logos, no nothing. We just out there, and we on the block. And you ever been to New York City? You like try to take in that energy, right? We on Lenox Ave. We just standing on the stoop, just watching everything, go down. People coming up the subway. That might have been like my second time in New York. So we sitting there, and we on like the stoop and standing on the street. And we look up, and this dude, bro, I promise y'all, dude was about 6'5", maybe 260 pounds, dreads, had a beater on, some big Timberlands, and was walking down the street, right? Like, coming towards us. He on the phone cussing somebody out. I'm talking about like, hey, I'll kill you. How you what? So I'm like, okay, hold on, bro. He coming fast, right? So
like you did at the club.
Look. No, that's the same. I was back in the you feel what I'm saying? Bro, I moved. Bro, I'm like, okay, boom, let me jump up by 5 steps. So, and my media, Carl, shout out to Carl, he jumps up. We about 5 steps up. He's standing in the middle of the sidewalk. Now, the sidewalk ain't but this big. Buddy coming straight at him. Now, he about 10 feet away. I'm sitting there like, cuckoo.
Hey,
he
got on Timberland boots with some blue jeans with a tank top.
I kid y'all not.
Time to go.
Dude coming up, right? I'm like, E, come on, bro. Now I'm like, so now dude starts to notice that he's standing in the middle of the sidewalk looking at him like, I'm not moving.
I ain't moving.
I said, bro, oh my God. So buddy on the phone, bro, I'm looking at E like, bro, my man comes up to E and like kind of like looks at him like, yo, I'll beat you down. E grabbed his arm.
What?
Like this and was like, put down the phone.
What?
My man was like, what? E grabbed his arm, put down the phone, grabbed both of his wrists. Dude looking at him like he about to kill him. I'm about to run and just jump on my man back. My man was like, what? Dog, E just started praying. About 2 minutes, my man dropped to his knees, dog, and broke down. I'm talking about when I say tears, bro, snot running down his nose, tears. My man had his phone on the ground, dog. He stood up and him and E hugged for about 30 seconds.
Wow.
That boy E was like, go in peace.
Wow.
Let me tell y'all.
Bro, I never seen nothing like it.
You got to be in tune, but let me look at this. Let me look at this camera.
On another level.
Let me tell y'all something. You got to be in tune with God. Now, don't y'all go out there.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
He was listening to
about 5-6 years ago.
You know he had to be in tune with God. God
I was in the moment.
You see what I'm saying? No. Bro, like
just at church.
So imagine you sitting there watching. Like I said, this ain't for no clout. We ain't got cameras on our phone good like that. Bro, literally did that, and I was like, okay, that was like one of those things that solidified. Like, all right, I got to make sure that people know who this guy is. You know what I'm saying?
He's in tune, man. That's that. You got to hear from God.
Yeah, no question.
Because boy,
question.
anybody else?
When I hear the story, I'm like, why I do that?
Why did I do that?
I was under the influence.
Bro.
You definitely was.
Now, mind you, he ain't but 5'7", so dog, he grabbed my man.
Don't forget it. Because Dad's been trying to rob me of my growth spurt. Yeah, I can see it in his eyes when I said I had a growth spurt. I can see it, I can see it, bro.
It's always good to hear somebody that's close to you talk highly of you. You know what I'm saying?
15
'Cause a lot
years,
of people
bro.
can talk about you. They ain't been around, but I always want to hear what's the closest person say about you, man.
Hey,
listen.
I would have told E, hey, man, we got to go, man.
I got for sure.
It happened so fast, they ain't even. I was under the influence. Now, I'm looking back at the story like, E, what was you doing?
Hey, but look,
That could have gone
Any
any
kind
kind
of
of way.
way.
Yeah.
but y'all get to get ET like you said on the videos and stuff like that. But I was saying back in the day, bro, you in college. Don't nobody want their boss to wake up at 3 a.m. You get up at 6. You looking lazy.
Yeah.
And so we started. But man, the first thing E ever taught me, man, it's crazy, bro. Y'all think like y'all get the word like secondhand. I'm getting it firsthand. So like once I told him like, bro, I got your back. I'm your right hand, whole nine, whatever you need me to do. Like I'm watching this kind of, and that's just one example of many. We'd be at the airport anywhere, dog, just like watching him move. So he hit me up one morning, 3 o'clock, like, hey, you got to come to the office early. I got something to tell you. You know, about take you to the next level. I'm like, oh, okay, bet this is my first assignment. Like I'm ready to go. I come early. I'm ready to go. We sit down in the office. I'm like waiting on something deep. Got a little notepad. That boy said, hey, I'm gonna need you to stop having sex. I said, huh? I was like, wait.
That's the big announcement.
I said, wait. No, I just got to
go to the next level.
First of all, hold on, Austin.
That just hit me right now.
Hold on.
I'm like,
Look. Listen. Bro, I'm sitting there with a notepad saying, huh?
That's hard, man.
Bro, I said, wait. Hold on. Austin, hold on.
I was confused.
Stay with me. Bro, I had just
next
got
level.
Listen. Austin, I just
got out of some.
No.
He fresh out.
What? Bro, I just got a new car. I just bought a new car. Like 2 days before that. I said, E. Bro, I was so shocked. I said, I didn't know what to say. I said, E. I just got a new car. Bro, I didn't know what to say. I was like, bro, why you think I got the...
Your rate gonna go up.
You got the new car.
Yeah, your rate going up.
That's cool.
And look,
What kind of car was it?
what's so crazy?
What kind of car was it though?
Impala. A blue Impala. I tinted it out.
Tinted out rims.
I called her Pepsi.
He's about to get him some.
She was the same color
It's going out the roof.
You had some tint? Was it tint on there?
Bro, I had it was blacked out. That boy
At
said
20,
stop having
at
sex.
21.
Bro, I'm 21
Oh,
years
at
old.
21?
Bro,
Yeah,
I'm in the prime, and I was like, wait, what? And he was like, yeah. He said, bro, now mind you, I'm talking about broke. I'm talking about college student. I got the whip now because I was getting $1,500 a month. Yeah. And I was way overextended. I was like, man, I'm making $1,500 a month, car payment, $400, bet, I got it. You know, you're young, you don't know no better. So I bought the whip, and he looked at me and was like, bro, he said, where God about to take us, he said, I looked around, I did a case study. The first thing that break everybody up is that. He said, so I'm going to need you to lead that. He was married. I was just single at the time. He was like, where we going? He said, that's the only thing that could trip us up.
That's it.
He said, nothing else would trip us up. He said, I already know your character. He said, I know you ain't about to get caught up, smoking crack, doing nothing crazy. He was like, bro, that's what's going to tear us down if you're not careful.
That is real.
Yeah, and so from that, and listen, I'm telling you, this before YouTube, we ain't had no fame. We didn't know where we was going. And he was trying to instill that discipline in me then for where we was going now. So, yeah, bro. Like I said, y'all keep catching them lessons on Instagram. I had to catch them live and in person. You know what I mean?
That vagina is
Yeah, she did. She's
bro.
sharp.
She's serious.
And still, undefeated heavyweight champion
Unanimous.
of And still.
It's the decision we make with it, you know?
No, for real, bro. It's hard to steward
So
correctly.
needless to say, I got married pretty quick after that. I was like, okay, let me tie something down.
He
got
had to be
married
that
next
quick.
week.
He said, I need something now.
Hey, baby.
Let's do this.
He wasn't even dating at the time.
No, I wasn't even
He wasn't
dating,
even dating. He
bro.
wasn't
No,
sitting. He fought. Oh, no question.
I was hanging out. You know what I'm saying? I was hanging out. So he was like, nah, shut that down, bro.
Yeah, and again, I didn't mean I don't want you to not enjoy your life or whatever. It's just like I said, at that time, I was like early 30s, right? Probably 30, 31. And a lot of the dudes that I saw, like, man, you talk about boxers who would beat a brother down, lose their whole career over it.
Yeah.
Comedians, just people in general who was like high up. Get that wrong, get that in that wrong.
Yeah.
And I always tell people that pleasure come with a personality and come with a set of problems.
Yes.
And so you got to make sure and a lot of people have thought, I was like, bro, it don't make sense for us to build all this up, to have some human tear this thing down.
Something 4 seconds.
Yeah.
A 4-second feeling.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah,
One of the
it's a
best.
decision.
It's the best
No,
feeling.
Don't get it
But them
twisted.
4 seconds.
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
I want to say this
Let's
in
put
case
the comedy
anybody
aside.
heard.
Don't get it twisted.
In case you heard anything different, we're not talking
That's
about.
real.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the actual woman or women. We're just talking about the decision we make.
No
Yeah, for
question.
sure. Yeah, most
Yeah,
As
no
men
question.
when it comes
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah,
It's
and decisions that we make as men.
Yeah, as men when
For
it comes to it.
that.
I just want to put that out
Well,
there.
Yeah,
those
no
are two
question.
things.
Yeah.
Discipline and sex and the diet is the two things that he was like, yo, if you can get control over your appetite and your sexual appetite, you can conquer the
You
world.
conquer the world, bro. Because it's appetite that tears us down. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't even nothing wrong with, like you said, with certain things. But we get something good and we can't, I was telling a kid the other day, I was like, bruh, it ain't recreational for you no more. You thinking I'm mad at you because you doing, no, it's not recreational no more.
we going
like
wild.
now you got to have it every day. And that's bad because now it's saying that thing is taking over you.
And
So
not
it's
treating them
That's-
right.
It's
that's
right.
true.
You
Making
feel me?
bad decisions.
No
It's
question.
just-
As a result.
Yeah,
So
that's
my
real.
thing is like, yo, if it's called recreational, it ain't recreational for you no more. It ain't something you doing once a week, twice a week. Like you doing this 3 times a day. So it's not recreational no more. So call it what it is. It's an addiction. And once it becomes an addiction, that's when you people, oh, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. It's a lot of stuff that in it of itself, it ain't wrong. But it's the use of it that now is wrong. You feel me? And so for some people, that's why I just didn't do certain things because my uncles, they did. I had an uncle died, brilliant man, cirrhosis of the liver. What is that? He liked and he couldn't stop drinking and it got to the point where it's like you drinking it like water now. And the organs can't handle it like it's water. You feel me? So I just told him, bruh, me and you, we about to do great things. I just don't want to be the dude that make the millions, that have all the fame and that changing people's lives, and then a couple bad decisions and boom. And I'm not even talking about my name. I'm talking about you saying if he can't be faithful, then I know I can't be faithful.
Oh,
The person that I look up to can't not.
I said if he ever fall, it's over for all of us,
Nah,
bro.
fact.
All of us.
I
All of us.
hate
We
that.
done.
I do hate that though.
Yeah, but it's real.
Because you know I grew up in church, man.
Yeah.
You know I was a youth pastor, assistant youth pastor, and everything.
That's
man.
crazy.
Still is.
And but I put it like this, man. The way I look at you is nothing you can do can
Absolutely.
stop me from
Absolutely.
looking at you as
Absolutely.
this person that God
Yeah.
used and the
Absolutely.
information, his
Yeah.
message.
Yeah.
And I hate the fact that we allow a mistake to stop.
Nah, but you know what, Alton? I'm gonna challenge you on that, bro.
I hate
I'm gonna
that,
challenge
though.
you on that because of this. Listen, and maybe because I've been walking with this man. Let me just say that, bro. This man get up at 3 o'clock, pray to God every single day. I know his steps are ordered. I know how closely connected he is with God. We can't keep letting pastors and everybody get away with, oh, I just slept with a few members
No,
of the
no.
church. I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
did
you
this.
can't- yeah,
oh,
yeah,
but
for
forgive
sure.
me.
No,
No,
don't get me
bro. At
wrong.
some point, sit your butt down with the regular humans.
But no,
and sit back
be
here and let
regular.
them do that.
Okay,
Bro,
yeah,
I'm
be
saying,
regular.
now you sitting
Nah, I
there
feel
chilling
what
with
you
me
saying,
good.
too, though.
But
don't get me wrong.
I'm not feeling the
No,
cats
I
that's sitting
agree.
up there at the
Don't
front of
get
the
me
church.
wrong.
Oh, look at me. I can preach every weekend and I get
But
to
I
do
can
what
still-
everybody else
Yeah,
doing.
that-
I'm
nah,
off of
you
that.
can't-
And I
But-
watch this man live it and walk it
But
all
what I-
day, every day. So I'm telling you, for me, I watched him up close. Again, I'm not saying he perfect, ain't make no
Yeah,
mistakes.
nah.
If I see him step out on his wife, I'm like, bro, I done lost it done hurt. Trust me, it hurt bad.
I mean, but like I said, don't get me
and you're
wrong.
gonna take a step back. You're gonna take a step back.
Don't,
It is.
See, it's okay. So
It's gonna
what
take
I'm
a step
saying,
back.
don't get me wrong. Like I said, I've been in the church. So what I'm saying is this: if let's say, I'm
no
close
question.
to.
Yeah.
But if he did, quote unquote, I don't want to put that out there.
Yeah.
But let's just say something
Yeah.
happened. He
Yeah.
did cheat on his wife.
No,
Yeah.
go ahead, put it out there. It ain't
If he
gonna happen.
did,
So I ain't even.
I mean, it ain't gonna happen. I'm just saying,
no
if he
question.
did, I'm gonna be like, okay,
human.
let's go.
And
get back out there.
No, I'm saying let's stay on there. But I'm gonna tell them, let's stay on.
Because you're not perfect.
But I'm gonna say let's stay off Instagram for a minute.
Yeah.
We probably should sit down at the church.
I'm gonna be like, keep going. Because
No.
this is why I'm saying, because I understand as a person that been in that place of
no question.
leadership, the pressure that it comes with, and it's like, man, dude, I just failed one time.
Yeah, no question. And I feel like you could go either way. It doesn't matter. But I'm saying the thing that I admired about Martin and Malcolm, and again, I'm not saying they're perfect, whatever they're saying about, I will say this. I don't like the fact that Martin is dead and now you want to start putting, it's like, to me, that's whack. Like, bro, don't do my man, he gone. Don't try to now start saying he can't defend himself. You just saying stuff, bro, whatever. But anyway, I will say this. I looked up to them for the responsibility part,
Right?
not the being on stage part. So I'm saying, for those of us who are in the space, there is a responsibility we have. It's not to perfection, but it is to his point. I'm not trying to, Dez is coming to me as a mentor. There's certain things I'm not trying to do because I'm trying to be responsible to God, myself, and in you. So again, if you messed up, we human. Like, I'm definitely not the version I am at 51, wasn't the dude I was at 20. You know what I'm saying? But at 20-something, I was also not trying to be certain things because I know I wasn't where I needed to be. You know what I'm saying? But when I hit 30, 40, 50, and I'm out here leading, there's a responsibility that comes with that. And it's not these women who look up to me, who follow me, who cry out for help. It's not healthy for me to be sleeping with them. It's not healthy to be, you know what I'm saying, manipulating them and taking advantage of them. Like, yo, you coming to me because you're in a vulnerable place. I have to be mature enough to help you. And if I feel like, man, I don't have control of my flesh, I probably need to step to the side and not
sit down somewhere.
But see,
sit down.
So what I'm saying, I agree with you.
Because we just come in there with us. I'm in the regular pew. Because we got up there.
Come regular again. We need you to come over here. Come 5'7".
Here's the thing, because I'm glad we going. But here's the thing, because we know.
Brother slept with his member right up there the next week. Come on, bro.
We know the ones that.
That's
like for instance, because I agree with him. Because if you're gonna continue to do it, like
absolutely,
let me just put it like this. That's the thing. Like, okay, we saw it, and then you're gonna continue to do it. Now,
well, we also know that men.
What I'm saying now, like, if you continue, now I'm like, okay, man, sit down.
Yeah, right, for real.
So how many strikes is it? 2. You can sleep with 2.
What I'm saying is this. What I'm saying, because
I'm just saying how many.
You gotta understand.
3 in baseball.
You knew better the first time, and you did it.
Listen to me. I've been there. Like I said,
yeah, no question.
I know
no question. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if I'm looking up to somebody and they mess up and we like, hey, dude, all right, let's wipe it off, get back out there. Yeah. And you just intentionally on this thing, like, you gonna just keep on, then it's like, okay, bro. Yeah. But to me, if it's just you messed up, man, come on, man, wipe it out.
Yeah, no question.
And here's the reason why.
Yeah, because we human.
I've been there, and I'm gonna tell you that pressure is not good.
And that's why I'm saying
on me, because I hid a lot of stuff.
But I'm saying to you, that's why we got to stop. So I'm saying I was 20 preaching and realized, yo, E, you going to have to go ahead and get your character right.
Yeah.
Like, your gift is deeper than your character right now.
Right.
You're going to have to need to go and work on your character because I didn't know when you start speaking, people start following.
Yeah, people start
following. I was just on some, I want to inspire people. I want people, right, let's go. Yeah. I know people's going to be looking up to me. Right. So I was like, okay, E, you're going to need to go incognito for a minute. You're going to need to do 3 a.m. because I wasn't doing 3 a.m. Yeah. You need to go 3 a.m. You need to start fasting. You need to start praying because the gift is greater than your character right now. You know what I'm saying? I was 20-something years old. My gift was fire. My character wasn't nowhere. My character couldn't keep me on what I was doing. I was like, E, you need to pull back. Okay, get your stuff together. Got my stuff together. Then I was like, okay, now I'm ready to lead. Yeah. And since I made a commitment to lead, I'm not the person that I was when I wasn't leading. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Those two guys are different guys. Yeah. So I'm not saying that you're not gifted, you're not talented, but I am saying sometimes, bro, our gift comes from God.
For sure. Exactly.
Our character, bro, that's something we got to work on that. Most know, and so I'm not judging. You can fall 3-4 times. Like, that don't got nothing to do with me. But I'm saying we've made the commitment with our brand that we're gonna be one of those brands that try as hard as we can by the grace of God to be what you seeing when you watch us on YouTube and not.
But I'm gonna tell you, me personally, man, I'm gonna be like, get back up there.
Yeah, no question.
You know what I'm saying?
No
Because
question.
Get yourself right first, though.
Yeah, you gotta
get
make sure
yourself right.
you
Because
feel
something
before
happened.
you.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, because Cole came back. Cole came back and messed the other leg up. You know what I'm saying? You got to get you injured. You got to get fixed, bro.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. You gotta get
I agree. I'm just saying, like I said, I just know when I coming up in that. I mean, you do the praying, you do the fast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I said,
You still human,
so
bro.
you still possibly to slip
No
up.
question.
But you should still have, like, if you know what's coming back, something should automatically tell, that's that
right.
thing again.
My hamstring.
That's that thing again. I can't go. That's that
I can't go to the rim. I got to just shoot the J.
And then here's the other part to that. We living in a world of cancel culture. It's like my
no question.
intentions was
no
this,
question.
and y'all went
no question.
a whole other way.
That's how they did me.
Yeah.
So
no
it's
question.
like, man, I look at you,
I
ET.
called you,
Like,
yo, that's when I picked the phone up.
They own me.
I didn't go look at nobody else. I was like, forget the video. I need to hear his voice.
It just go back to the point of we have a responsibility as self too,
No
not
question,
to depend
bro.
on the person, but to hear what he said. Like his
Yeah.
message is perfect.
Yeah.
And the message is even with the gospel, it's always gonna be perfect, no matter who's giving it.
But guess what? But with me, like that takes you back to that. I learned from that situation.
Absolutely.
I said I would never.
How was that, by the way? I know he talked to you and he talked to me after he talked to you, but it was crazy to me to watch you go from at the time, which was like you was right at the height of like everybody on you, and then it was like everybody kind of took your words and made it seem something else. And all of a sudden it was like for a day it was like, okay, rain on Desi.
It was insane. You know, it was one of the most. At the time I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, because I never been in that situation.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, whoa, I'm calling everybody like, yo, what's going on? Celebrities calling me. Shaq called. You know, Shaq was probably the first one that called me. Like, man, look, don't apologize. Like what you said, it wasn't wrong what you said. You know what I'm saying? Which I really didn't even say nothing. I got a picture.
Right.
I posted a picture.
Right.
Well, here's the thing: nothing was right to say at that moment. Everybody was hurt, so it was nothing good you could say.
Right.
Nothing good.
Nothing.
You know,
you
but
could say either anything.
But it was the pressure. Like people was like, okay, what are you gonna say? I think you should say something. I'm like, okay, let me use my platform to try to do something to make things better.
Right.
So I just saw a picture and I posted it, not thinking it was gonna do anything. You know what I'm saying? Which it wasn't. I felt like at the time, it was just something to try to help, try to slow this process down. I'm like, man, you know what? I'm about to change this world. I'm about to be Martin Luther King. I'm about to be E.T. right now.
I got it.
I got this.
Give me the rock.
I posted the picture.
Tell about the first one you posted that joke with.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I made a little. I forgot what I said. It was something good. It was okay, yeah. Okay.
That's how they get you.
Okay.
That's how they get you.
I feel like you know.
Let's go.
That's how they get you.
I'm doing my
Watch this.
You know. I'm like, God, I saw this picture.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, this look good right
Yeah.
now. I said, I'm finna kill him with this.
Yeah.
Man, I posted that thing and I picked like a 100 in an arm emoji. I said, man, this muscle right here. Posted that thing, let it go. Let it go. I ain't look at my phone.
Went to sleep and everything.
I went to sleep. Man, it was probably about 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. My homeboy texted me, calling me crazy. He was like, bro, I think you should take that down. I'm like, what you talking about? He said, man, go look at Twitter.
Wow.
I was like, okay. Bro, I went on Twitter. All the stuff that the people were saying, this negative stuff. Oh, you're against black people. Yeah. I'm like, whoa. That was never my intentions.
Yeah, of course.
Going against, you know what I'm saying, black people. It was a picture of people was looting and a picture of Martin Luther King marching with his people.
Yeah.
And my vision of what, I'm just looking at the picture.
Yeah.
Like, okay, what look good, what don't look good.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's it.
The image of black people, that, you know, we want that great image. Which, understand, you know, looting do bring, you know what I'm saying, awareness of things, you know, it kind of helped. But that was my.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
no
saying?
Question.
that's all I was,
No question.
You know what I'm saying?
Trying to tell them to go home.
Yeah.
You know,
That's it.
Stop.
That's it.
Messing up your city. But I think they saw, of course, it was black people in the picture.
Yeah.
So now people was like, you know, it ain't only black people looting and this and this and that.
Right.
So,
Which I understood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I learned from that situation.
No question.
Guess what, guys? I would never in my life, don't ever in life ask me to talk about no more activist, politician. You ain't got to worry about me saying anything.
So how do you feel about that, E.T.? Do you feel that entertainers should step over into that place?
I'm gonna tell you what I think. I'm gonna tell you what I think, and he taught me. Whatever your platform is, keep it what it always is.
Okay.
And that's what I learned.
Just keep it
I'm
for
doing
whatever
comedy.
it
You
is.
see,
Whatever you do.
Toby did music, right? He can't arrest the killers of Breonna Taylor. Like Toby did songs. Like when we talked about, I was like, yo, you a musician. You don't need to step out here and get no motivational speech. Let E do that. Let Desi do the comedy. Like, yo,
it was so
everybody use their
crazy.
gift.
It was so crazy because people was like, you should have did a video of you going out there and loot, like a comedy video of you like going there. But it's just crazy.
Well, they're going to give you the feedback. Because, you know, Toby got a lot of flack for the Breonna Taylor. People was like, oh, he didn't turn Breonna Taylor into a TikTok. No, he brought awareness to millions of people of what was going on. But you're going to, listen, you can't please everybody.
Especially in
you
politics.
can't.
And nothing, Dez. And nothing.
No, you can't.
No, that's fact.
Yeah,
That's
and that's why I say, you know, even not to be funny, but when you was like, man, I don't know, you know, comedy E out there. I'm like, no, I love y'all for who y'all are. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because you showed me who you were.
Yeah.
So it's like, just be who you are.
Facts.
Because you showed me who you were.
Yeah.
I'm only going to trip on you when you're something that you're not.
Yeah.
Right.
You feel me? And I think that's what's happening right now on social media. People are like, okay, I got to be this to blow up. And they don't realize those of us who are doing well, we're doing well because we're just being our authentic self. Like, I don't get on here, like you said, act like I'm perfect. I'm letting you know, yo, it was a time where my gift was stronger than my character. Mm-hmm. But I had to make a decision. Is it going to always be like that?
Fact.
Yeah.
Are you going to always be the dude who can speak well, but your integrity ain't where it need to be, or you're not moving the way you're supposed to be moving? And I had to make a decision. I heard a dude say recently, I won't say any names because I don't know them personally, but they were talking about their relationship, and they were like, yo, I wasn't the man I was supposed to be in the relationship. And I was like, yo, that's fire. Mm-hmm. Like, they weren't putting it on nobody else. It was like, yo, I wasn't who I was supposed to be. And so this is what, and so for me, it's like when you take accountability, and again, no, whatever, but that's what my book is about. You owe you is about, yo, you owe it to yourself to take responsibility.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I could easily be like, oh, I could speak, but my character ain't tight. But don't nobody, no, it's like, no, E, you know what you're doing. That's not necessarily, God ain't looking at you going, I'm well pleased. Yeah. But the person you are, you don't have to stay that person, Eric. Mm-hmm. You can become a person that people can look up to. You can become a person that your word is bond. Yeah. And I had a problem with my word wasn't bond. I had a problem with my wife not thinking my word was bond. My mom not thinking my word. I had a problem with that. My teacher's like, yo, you in school, but you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. So it was in many areas in my life that I was an imposter. And I was like, you got to do better. So I'm saying, no, we're not preaching perfection. No person mess up, you can't. But at the same time, bruh, I owe it to y'all to be in this generation a leader that y'all can call and rely on without y'all having to be, oh, E on some funny business or E is whatever. Am I going to be perfect? No. But y'all need somebody who's not going to be about money, who not going to be about trying to use y'all influence to build my influence. Somebody who y'all need somebody who just going to be there for y'all, who don't have no alternative motives. And that's all we just trying to be that brand for our people.
And that's the part what I was saying. That's the part that lets me say, you know what, if something happens, man, get back because I know you.
Yeah.
You know, you got some people that's out there that you just know, like, you can tell by the remorse of it. They have no remorse. They have no. Yeah. It's like, man, you just did this, and you just like, you can look at somebody and tell their integrity, and you can say, hey, man, this was your. Oh, come on, get up, man.
Yeah, no question.
This was your opportunity.
Like educate me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's get him up and get him back out there.
Hey, he may not be the person to educate you though, because he's still working on his stuff as it relates to the police and stuff like that. We got to work on E.
Oh yeah.
No, I remember what he told me. He was like, yo,
I respect that.
Keep doing your comedy. Your comedy, they gonna forget about
it.
The more you keep throwing your videos out there, they gonna forget about everything that you just did.
Because they'll tell you to shut up and talk, like what they did with LeBron and all that.
Hey, we almost got shot up once. Very first time, like me, now mind you,
I'm better though. He want to bring up the 5'7". I'm 5'8" now. I'm 5'8" in these streets now.
He had an old school Suburban, right? And we was riding. I don't know where we was at, but he was speeding, and they got behind. Whoa, you know, you already get a little nervous, right? Yeah. So my first time getting pulled over with E. We pull over to the side. He unclick his seatbelt, hop out the car.
Yeah.
Talking about, hey.
I told you I was used to getting bullied, bro. I was used to getting bullied.
I said,
they were bullying me.
Dog, I started ducking like they about to start shooting. He was like, what you pull? I got somewhere to be. I said, E, what is you doing?
He done forgot about everything.
I told you I got bullied. It just clicked. It's like, everybody else speed, I'm speed, you speed.
Dog, this probably happened 3-4 times. He hopped out on the police, bro. I used to be like, E, please, dog.
I got help for that, though.
Yeah.
I went and got help for that.
That was early on, but I used to be like, man, we about even.
And again, it was just that anger.
Remember my man put us over and we wrote the books?
Yeah.
He was like, "What's in the boxes?"
Got the
We had
dogs, bro.
books.
Brought dogs
Yeah, I've
out,
been there.
bro.
I've been there.
Brought dogs out. I had books in
I
the
tell them all
back.
the
He
time I've
acting
been
like
there.
I had some drugs, and they got the police. They pulled us in separate cars.
Yeah.
I was on my way to do some work for Quicken Loans. You know, my man couldn't believe. He like, oh, you had a hat on. I'm like, what? I pull you over because you had a hat on. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And so, but I ain't gonna lie, I was too aggressive, but I felt I know my rights. I had the right to, you feel what I'm saying?
I used to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's how you know he was getting a little money.
Let me tell you, I know my right, but it was a taxpayer.
You know what I'm saying, Dad?
I don't want to say this out, but I had a cop.
I pay taxes up off of this joker.
It was
My
a cop that
taxes are
told me
paying
that.
your salary,
It was a
buddy.
cop that told me, it was like, man, you can say what you want to say to him as long as you don't threaten them. And I used to like throw him like, I used to talk back to the police, aggressive, but I used to tell them what y'all doing wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I know y'all doing this, I know, and I know what y'all can't do.
Yeah, what's your badge number?
So I remember one time I told the cop, if you put me in them handcuffs, you better take me to jail. And if you take me to jail, you better have something on me.
Yeah.
And he couldn't do it.
Oh, I thought he had put the.
Yeah, no.
Why do our heart drop when we see them like?
I don't know, bro.
I mean, why wouldn't it
I
drop?
don't know,
Bro,
bro.
clean
Why
as a
wouldn't
whistle.
it drop?
You ain't got nothing.
You know what I can
Why
say
wouldn't it
though?
drop?
I can say this about Detroit. Growing up, bro,
You didn't see
we ain't
that?
had no problems with the police like that.
Nah,
I promise you, and that's probably why when I went like down south
Well,
and
because in
went
Detroit,
there,
they was policing their own community.
for real, I promise you,
They
we
was
didn't have
like
those
real
problems, bro.
cops from the
I'm
community.
saying that's the one thing I can say about my city that was different in the Chi. When I was in Detroit, you get pulled over by a cop, bro. They were just like, "Oh, you got your license? Okay, you got to go." Bro,
They was from the D, yeah.
Bro, I was driving without them. They'd be like, "Little fella, I can't tell you the next brother that's gonna pull you over is gonna let you go. You need to go take care of yourself." I gotta get Detroit.
But when them white cops pulled us over,
See, and we never had
that
that.
boy went into maniac mode.
Still like that now. Yeah, no, for real, I was.
Bro, he was hopping out on the imagine me. I'm
'cause you
like,
can see they
and
was
mind
looking
you,
at me like,
he don't have no temper like that. But when he would get pulled over by the police, you know, I'm talking about, you see how he is.
It's
like, he
Alan
chill.
Cheney fault.
Yeah.
It's Roots fault. I saw Roots too many times.
You
talking about
you
years
gotta get out the car.
You talking about years of trauma.
I'm gonna get
I
out the
had
car.
the trauma, bro.
Hey,
that's
hold on.
years of
Here go the
Give us
funniest
please.
thing. Hey, hold on,
Give us please.
I gotta tell y'all this one time.
E.T., we need you here, man.
Hold on.
Stay in the car, sir.
Please.
I don't do it no more.
Yeah,
No,
that's
it's gonna
good.
last-
I still do drive on my
That's
own.
the last
though.
story about the police, though. Here go the funniest thing, right? So I wasn't with him this time.
If you're listening, forgive me, y'all.
Look.
No, hey,
So-
some
Don't
people
judge me.
respect
Hey, look.
that, though, but we
so,
need you in the
so I
car.
don't know how it is in Georgia, but in Michigan, like, you could go fight your ticket, right? If you got a ticket, you go to court for it, right? So he come into the office. I'm talking about pissed, slammed his keys down. I was like, "What's up?" He said, "Man, white dude pulled me over on some racist stuff." I said, "For real?" He said, "What you do?" I said, "What you do?" He said, "Man, he talking about I ran the stop sign." He said, "Bro, I stopped at the stop sign. I know I stopped at the right whole nine, right?" So I forgot all about it. About 3 months later, he said, "I'm going to court for it. I ain't running no stop sign." He said he got to court and was like, "Yeah." He came back. He just went for like an hour, came right back. I was like, "Oh, okay, how'd it go?" He's like, "Yeah, man, I got in there." He was like, "They had a video." I said, "Oh, okay, good. They exonerated you." You know what I'm saying? I said,
Damn, they had no tape, damn.
hey, this boy said, I said, "Okay, so you was good there because you told me you stopped." He said, "See, I ran right there."
But you know why I'm pissed off? It was a car before me that ran through it. They didn't stop my man. They stopped me.
That's probably why you ran this
Yeah,
next time.
I
Because you
can't
thought,
wait.
Boy, that boy said they had me on tape.
Man, they had me on tape, bro. I ran that joker, bro. It wasn't even no California rolling stop. I stopped in my mind.
And you almost had us
I stopped
marching
in
for
my
no
mind.
reason.
Bro, we about to tear up
We
the city
about to
for no
march.
reason.
We about to march.
We shall overcome.
I said,
that's what I
bro.
was. I was out there sweating. I had a whole suit on.
Yeah, they had that
I
man
had a
out here
Martin Luther
marching.
King suit on, man.
He
Sweating
was
like
out
a
there,
snake.
man. And I ain't gonna lie, man. We was going to meetings and I didn't like those meetings. I had to be
Oh,
honest
yeah,
with you.
it was crazy.
Because we just, everybody, and I ain't gonna tell you what meeting was in, but they had a meeting with some celebrities and well-known people. And
No,
everybody.
say their name, we'll go viral.
Nah, I can't. We ain't gonna do that.
I mean, I could, because it was, but whatever.
Yeah,
No, I'm playing.
It was just
Don't
not
say
a
that.
great
But
look
everybody
of
had
what
an
goes
agenda.
on.
Right.
Yeah.
The whole meeting was arguing about
Yeah.
what they feel need to be done.
Like,
And so we left out of that meeting where everybody had these ideas. So I asked my homeboy, I said, "So what we do with this information?"
Nobody came together.
You just gotta go to the person that you felt was talking the right,
which is terrible.
right, and
Yeah, no.
y'all do something. So
Wow.
it
Well, that's
made
part of
sense
the
that in
challenge
Atlanta
is
we
who's
had
the
about
central
10
voice?
different marches.
it was bad.
Who's the voice? You know what I mean? Like,
You
that's
don't
why,
know.
and that's why I champion my guy. I feel 100%
stands out.
confident putting my energy and effort and everybody else who want to come with us and do what we doing behind him because I know the intentions are pure. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about money. It ain't about clout. It ain't about none of that. You know what I mean? And when you get too many people in the room, now egos get involved, right? So now you talking about people probably in the room. Everybody got their own idea. And it's like, duh. That's why we always just say, hey, we're going to do what we continue to do. We got thousands, millions of people rocking, and we're going to go this way. If you want to come this way, cool. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, you can't do everything. Everybody going to have you running every which way if you let them.
What do you say to that, to people that look at you and as a motivational speaker, but they see the money? They see the money, the quote unquote money first. So what do you?
Because you're getting a lot of money. Because you're getting a lot of money.
Oh no, people seeing it, but it's like, but you're not.
I'm saying I'll be showing it. Yeah, but I don't be showing that kind of stuff. So I don't think people even see that.
Or how do you keep that hunger?
Because, but now the reason why I ask, because you know what I'm saying, I'm in that, I know that world, and there's a lot of people that get into it.
I'll say this,
and they just see, though, I want to make some money.
I'll just say this, even when you think about, what you guys do, the people who do it because they passionate and love it and they don't have a ulterior motive, they always blow up. Yeah. Like Richard Pryor don't have to worry about getting money. I saw Richard Pryor. Somebody had it on YouTube. It was crazy, but it was where he was playing two characters. He was playing the father and he was playing the son. Right? And I was just like, yo, he was doing that back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Before the cameras even could have you side by side.
Exactly.
And so I could tell Richard Pryor had a love for the art. You could tell, I'll never forget Eddie Murphy with the red leather boy on Delirious. We gonna win this race. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, you could tell, and I was a kid when he did Saturday Night Live, which was huge when I was coming. Saturday Night Live was just it. And he played the role, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, right? You could tell he loved what he did. For sure. And so he gonna make money for it. Yeah. You could tell what I do it because I love it. And you gonna make money because you good at it. Yeah. The people that usually go after the money, they either don't get it or they get it in a short lived. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna tell you, Desi, first thing I said, like, bro, I know you got a lot of celebrities talking to you. So the one thing I want to contribute, I want you to be doing this at 80. Yep. So let us talk about not the chandeliers, not the marble floors. Like, what we talking about? Why are we talking about chandeliers and marble floors? We got to talk about foundation if we talking about a house. For sure. Why are we talking about money and boats and cars? We got to talk about, what's your foundation, bro? Like, that's good. So when I talk about recreational drugs, this is what I meant. I know somebody that was going through, they go through. I'm like, bro, I'm not mad at you. But drugs can't be something that when you're going through a divorce or you're going through a separation, you can't go to drugs, bro. They weren't designed to get you out of a funk. Yeah. They're recreational, bro. You play with this. This ain't nothing you're supposed to take serious. What do you believe in? And I don't care what you believe in, but what do you believe in that when you go through your go-through, you're going to be able to rely on that? And here's the crazy part. The anchor is small, bro. An anchor is small, but when you take that big ship out, the Navy ship out in the ocean, bro, you better have an anchor. For sure. Why? Because if you don't have an anchor, that boat, bro, the water gonna toss that boat. And so for me, it's like, if you're gonna do something, what's the anchor? What's the reason? And if I'm doing it for the love of my people and to help my people, bro, y'all, when we started on a college campus talking to black kids. Our biggest following is not our people. Our biggest following is 25 white males, 25 to 40 years old in the sales business or industry. Wow. Like that's who follow it. Like that's who spend the money. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I did it for the kids on college campus from Detroit, from Flint, from Muskegon, from Saginaw. But when your motives are right, every culture can feel love, can feel passion, can feel energy, can feel heart, can see grind, can see dedication. So even though I grew up in the D, which at that time was probably one of the most segregated cities in America, bro, you grew up in the D? Somebody told me I met a Latino kid when I was at Michigan State. I was like, where you from? They said, from Detroit. I said, from Detroit. What part of Detroit you from? I ain't never seen you. It's like, we from Southwest Detroit. I'm like, oh, I never been there. So like Detroit is super segregated. Like you don't see nobody, you gotta go to school to see somebody white. You don't see nobody but people who look just like you. So for me, I just was doing it for my people, but the world, you talking about people all over the world following because, man, love is universal. Care and looking out for people and having good intentions, bro, that's universal. So I would say bump the money, do it for the right reason, and if you do it for the right reason, man, you're going to get people that, like other people who killing it in the game, doing their thing, going to reach out. It's crazy, bro. Yeah, do it. Have the right motives and the right intentions.
Longevity.
Yeah.
I had to keep you too, because when if that money dry up, because I know that love for comedy.
You're going to lose it.
Because shoot,
it's
gonna be a season of it ain't stuff happening.
Yeah,
You know what I find too? If you're doing it for the money, the content don't freely organically come.
Yeah.
When you love what you do, bruh, somebody was like, what you talking about this weekend? I was like, I don't have the slightest idea. Once I get in that joker and I see who in there, it's time. You feel what I'm saying? Like, only thing I know is I'm going to show roots for a minute. I know I'm going to show that and go off about that. But other than that, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. It's like, what Dion, like, he just, like, interview him. Tab's like, E, what you need me? I'm bringing people who I know care about people. They on the internet showing you love even when they're not getting a check. So when they get in your presence, they're going to be able to do what they do all the time.
That's like with stand-up. Like, say we got a whole weekend. That first show that we have be that show that we know how the weekend going to go after we do this show. I'm going to know what I need to say these next few shows. You know what I'm saying? So,
You know, I wanted to ask you, though, what was the gospel song? I thought it was Kirk Franklin, but you said... R. Kelly really right? You know what I'm saying? Did he really write that? He got this whole thing that he does that like you can't. I don't want to say it because he may go to another city and may do it.
He just learned something about the R. Kelly part.
Okay.
So
no, it was deep.
Yeah, it's
deep, bro.
No, this is insane.
Yeah, it's you know, it's yeah.
No, don't put it out. Make them pay for it. Make them pay to come see it. You know what I mean?
Somebody with Chocolate Sundays I let them put the bid out because you know. It was true. I've been working on that bit for a couple of years. And she was like, you may want to put it out before somebody get to it. So I was like, you know what? I let it put up.
Well, let me ask y'all that. That's good because when we started, y'all know we started with Thank God It's Monday on YouTube. That was the first thing we did. We quit our jobs at Michigan State and we just started doing YouTube. YouTube just came out. Nobody knew what it was. And we did a new message every week. I wonder for y'all, like being comedians, like how do you control what to put out and what to hold? Because like I go to Chris Rock show and they like take your phone, do this because they doing the same exact set in every city. Yeah. Now y'all got Instagram, people recording your stuff, people putting it out. So it's like, man, if I say a joke in this city, they already heard the punchline. When I get to the next city, it's gonna ruin it. How do y'all decide? Like, okay, we're gonna put this out and we're gonna keep this and use it again.
And do they do that? Because I didn't put none of y'all stuff out. Did people though put some of y'all stuff out from the show?
Well, he usually tell them like, they can get the beginning part. Okay. You know, sometimes people have.
But just in general, you want to market it as like, yo, come see me do stand up.
Right.
Like I follow your skits, right? I've never seen a lot of your stand up because I see you'll post like at the end, like, hey, we don't let nobody record.
Or if I do post stand up, I post like some improv, some stuff that came out of the dome.
Okay. I got you. Makes sense.
And, you know, that's what I put out.
But not the jokes that you're working on. Okay.
Because usually, you know, those cats they going on tour to work for, like Cat Williams just came out with a special. You know, so usually when they go on tour, they'll go like on a year tour, or 2-year tour, and they building that set for Netflix.
Got you.
So of course, like you don't want people to get to the punchline because I want to save it for Netflix.
Yeah.
Right. So, but sometimes putting it out is what get people in. So how do you find that balance of like, man, I'm gonna put the funny stuff on IG so that they really want to come to the show? You know what I mean?
Well, like I say, it just depends on the joke. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the improv can will them in, but certain jokes, like for him, it's like I tell him I don't want to put nothing out with him yet because
a lot of stuff I'm still working on.
He's still working on some stuff, and you know that Netflix special could come.
And we base everything off the comments. Like we post something, and we see people in the comments. People may say, "Oh, this is the best show I've ever been to." Oh, this guy is way funnier and live than on the internet. So when you post stuff like that, make people
want people
like,
to come
especially
out.
If they missed it, they're like, "Dang, I missed it. I can't wait for them to come back." Or when you come to my city, so that's what kind of like sparked them. So
like,
when
I gotta
they
go
come,
listen to
it's like, oh, dang.
Do you feel like if you hold it too long, it's stymie your creativity? Like, because you got these jokes that you've been walking around with for a year. How did the new stuff come in?
I mean, like I said,
you add so much to
it.
Okay.
I do a lot of open mic.
You can spin a joke around. You can start from the middle. Then
I still do
the
that's dope.
I still do the open mics in Atlanta, so I still do the bars with 3-4 people.
I really don't do bars.
You don't do that. I try not to, but I don't let them. I don't let them do it because of social media. It's like you can't work out no more.
I did it
because they'll have a camera out and then they'll put out, Desi Banks bombing. No, he's working out material.
Right.
Like you need a space where.
Yeah, I still do it. Yeah, I got the advantage. The program I did at the university when I first got there with him. Yeah. That's where you saw the Guru story. Yeah. And to this day, I still go every week when I'm in town and do it because it does give me that opportunity. When somebody paying you $75 to $100, you can't practice.
Yeah, no fact.
You got to come in there with your best.
Not fact.
So being with those kids, it gives me a chance to say it, see if they laugh at it, if they don't laugh at it, if they caught it. Because sometimes, you could be, sometimes you can have something in your head and it seemed like it's gonna connect.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
then you say it and they looking at you like,
Right.
what would you say? What did that mean exactly? So I
say
still
90% of our most viewed videos was free anyway.
Yeah.
Like from free engagement that we didn't get paid for. Because a lot of times when you doing a corporate or whatever, or football, NFL, NBA, they don't want you to record it like that.
But say
So
it
most
again,
of the
though. That's important because I remember coming like, dude, do the free stuff.
Yeah.
That's all I do.
Build
bro.
your document,
That's all I do.
document it,
so
get
what-
the video.
Yeah, we call it monetizing
But
free.
I don't want to get because that may be a workshop that you doing.
No. Well, you just said it, so we now they know we doing it, so let's go. I ain't tripping.
We always
Let's
call
go.
it. We call it monetizing free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
when we were doing YouTube, it was like I was like, are we putting too much stuff out? But people would call and be like, yo, can he come speak like to the students or whatever? And I'm like, bet. And so they were using the free videos, but then they still was willing to pay. So
get 'em here.
at
I'm just
one
saying, I
point,
still
though,
want to
was
see
like,
Anita
man.
Baker.
Yeah, right.
You feel me? Like I listen to Anita Baker all the time, but I
Still wanna go
want
to
to
the
see her
concerts.
live.
Facts,
You
facts,
feel
facts,
me? I
facts,
want to
facts.
see.
Hey, can you use
It's
some new
different now.
references
Nah,
down?
I'm from
These
Detroit.
guys,
No,
Desi
Anita
like
Baker.
22.
Anita Baker.
Nah.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
You know she don't do.
My grandmother told me about it a few times.
You know she's not a chef.
Yeah.
Anita Baker.
Yeah, you feel me?
got the pies,
I
right?
can make up somebody heard, but I ain't really. It ain't. You know what I'm saying? Ella May, it ain't. But I gotta go
Come on,
Anita.
man.
I gotta go Anita, bro.
I'm glad you wouldn't look at
Hey,
me.
he just heard the Jack Harlow first class
love it.
record, so he's been
Love it.
playing it all week. I'm
All
like,
week.
hey,
I
let's
love
go.
it.
Oh, hey, bro.
You know, I wanted to ask you about because
Yeah.
the hip hop thing.
Yeah.
Because I know you probably don't want to run over your time.
We done ran over that. We good. We chilling.
But the hip hop thing.
Yeah.
So, do you listen to hip hop? Do you have your top 5 rap?
You know what, man? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm from Motown, so I love music. I kind of feel like some of the stuff now, it's just different, man. It's like it's just so commercial.
Okay.
You know, I feel like finances. I'm so grateful we making money as a people, but I feel like, man, sometimes money can take away your creativity.
It can.
You're so focused on getting that bread and living a certain lifestyle that you lose the creativity. That's why I like doing free, because when you're doing free, you're just coming from like a pure place, you know. So for me, bruh, I don't get into a lot of the rappers. I heard somebody say
You ain't
something.
gonna say Toby at least? You know
No,
what
I'm
saying? Come
gonna
on,
say
brother.
some names. And did you want like my best or just now?
Okay, give me.
Okay,
we
yeah,
gonna, we gonna start with now, and then we go with your top 5
because that's different, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying.
Top
But
5 dead
I will
not
say this to you. though.
EPMD. Just go back.
Yeah.
Or anybody old school. You
Oh,
already
yeah,
know.
But so first, and I believe that we should pay homage to the people who. So I'm going to Run DMC number 1 because they were the ones that made it. I mean, of course you got basketball, one of my favorite sports. Come on.
That's your
real, but I'm saying that didn't necessarily go outside the block.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Run DMC took us out the block. You know what I'm saying? I want to say this name. I know it's personal. This ain't necessarily top 5, but to me, LL Cool J, just because he was a 16-year-old. And he commanded. Like, I went to the concerts to see the radio. You could see this young kid come out, can't go, no shirt, whatever. It's like he commanded respect. Like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? So definitely Eminem, because
That's the
I'm
reason
from the
he
D.
wear the hat.
Yeah, no question. LL all day, bro. LL's my guy. Eminem, because I feel like, you know, somebody like, I guess they saying Jack, whatever is supposed to be the next, whatever. Bro, here's the deal. Eminem not only rap, but he brought us something we had never heard before. He brought us a white experience that we had never heard of before. We didn't even know that they was going through that. I'm from 8 Mile. As a matter of fact, I lived on 8 Mile. So that wasn't about the street as much as it was about the divide between rich and poor. Black people lived 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Caucasians live 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? So I've always felt like, you know, Eminem, to me, again, Pop, you know, and Biggie. You know what I'm saying?
What do you like now?
Oh, so now, of course, Tobe. I like
Tobe,
Kendrick.
man.
I like
He's
Kendrick.
different.
I
Have you
like
ever went to one
Kendrick
of his
Lamar.
live shows?
Yeah, I've been
A
to a
million
couple.
of them.
It's insane.
You know, we
Yes.
raised Toby though. Let's make sure we get that on record on the podcast now. We raised him now. That's my son.
Yeah, meaning that I found.
That's my son. Where is he? Hey, Toby, I know you're watching.
Yeah, he
my
hates that
son.
when he
He'll
say
be here
that.
in a minute.
But literally, Tobe, when I would go to, before I went to Houston, Tobe called, was like, yo, this is my city. If you here, I'm with you. I'm like, all right, bet. So he started picking me up from the airport. You know, he would stay at the hotels to make sure I got wherever I was. I watched him do a school program.
Skit.
Man, bruh, This skit, bro, y'all gotta tell Tobe. You gotta hit Tobe. Skits, bro.
And you know the
Tobe is
craziest
fire.
thing, Alton, is nobody even realize, like, people don't even peep what we did. So we started E with Thank God It's Monday. So every single Monday, we did a video. So when I heard Toby rap, we was just in the car, and I heard him rap, and I was like, man, I didn't know you rap. He was like, he never rapped before, but he had this gift, and people didn't even put 2 and 2 together. We did Thank God It's Monday for him, and then Toby came out with Get Twisted Sundays. It was the exact same formula we used for E. And when cats find their gift, it's the same thing y'all doing. You and your gift, the comedy, you putting it out on a regular basis for free. It's bound to come back to you. So, man, Toby taking off right now. Super proud of that boy.
Yeah, I just saw him do skits. He wanted to change the community. That he wanted to be, being from Nigeria. And I called C and was like, C, you gotta meet this dude, bro. This dude he had these kids dying laughing. His music,
Crazy.
and he would just use other people's raps and just rap they raps, but take it to the level. So see it. So anyway, this third artist. I mean, we can debate if they new or old, but to me, Kanye is a genius. Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So sure. I don't know where he go old, he go new, whatever. And then 2 females, bro. I think Cardi B is.
He love Cardi, boy. That boy love Cardi. He went to a Cardi concert. I said, you at where?
Cardi B.
Cardi B, bro, is. And you know what? To me, I love Cardi B, bro, because she's so transparent. Like, she reminds me of E.T. as a speaker. She reminds. I got my teeth fixed. You know what I'm saying? Like, she ain't trying to act like. She's not trying to act like I was this. She admits who she was. And the final one, they be beefing with each other. I love Nicki Minaj.
Oh, Nicki.
You know what I'm saying?
Nicki Minaj is actually a beast, man.
Yeah,
I
love
don't know.
Nicki Minaj.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You don't like Megan Thee Stallion?
I love Nicki Minaj. I love Nicki Minaj. I love
Megan can actually rap, though. She can actually.
That's too new for E, man. You gotta give him a chance to catch up, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's him. I just like Nicki, and why? Because I feel like anybody that comes after those two really have helped pave the way. For it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And we used to use
I
that
never heard
her
Cardi
record
B
on.
as top, but
Cardi.
No, I'm just saying.
But it's more not for the rap, but for her. For her presence.
The Pepsi. Pepsi.
Her brand.
Bro,
the brand.
She done took a brand from where she came from.
From where she came from.
It's a story with that for sure.
I'm a Cardi B fan. No, I love that.
No doubt. But then her whole. Bro, she has an aura and a swag about her.
No, most definitely.
When she's on TV, like she got a personality out of this world.
She's unique for sure. The way she talk, the way she.
I love her.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I just think her personality. And then Nicki could rap, bro. Like flat out. She had bars, bro. She had bars. Yeah.
Nicki is different.
Moment for Life. That was E' favorite song for like a year straight. That's all he played.
Them pills though. Pop.
Yeah. Exactly.
I love her, bro. I still listen to both of them when I'm on the plane. I check. But Jack, I like the, it's
First Class.
I like the,
He been texting me lyrics from the song all week. I'm trying to figure out.
But to me, the concept of, especially our people not being able to, like we always in the back, we getting the ticket from our homie, we getting it. It's like, yo, we got to get to a point where First Class, and I like the fact that he says in it, you can have it too if you believe it.
Fact.
Like he wasn't just on him, and then the way he's that glamorous boy, I like the creativity, bro.
Yeah, that's dope. He is. When I first heard the song, I didn't even know that was him.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was.
I just found out last week.
It didn't even look like. Yeah, it didn't look like.
I just found out when they're trying to compare. Eminem ain't the.
Just because they white. You know, if they ain't white, you got to compare them. So it could be like Luka. They like, oh, Larry Bird. I'm like, Luka actually play more like Brian than he do Larry Bird. You know what I'm saying?
The library, Brian.
You got to compare white to white. Hey, don't forget about, you know what I'm saying? Let me do the business.
Yeah, we about to do that.
Don't leave me.
Don't let me hang. But question, real quick, did LeBron really? I heard that he heard your speech and he give you the credit for winning 2012 championship.
So Sports Illustrated, it's in Sports Illustrated where they talk about what's his name, Steve. What's the coach name? I'm sorry,
Eric Spoelstra.
Yeah. So of course he must have been back in the day.
And put that on the record because I don't want people saying he gave him the credit. They used it. Yeah. Like, let me clean this up because that's all I need is that to go viral. And it's on tape. So
it's on TV. They
used it before the game. They had watched As Bad as You Want to Breathe and put it to their highlights and stuff. And then Brian said it in the huddle right before they won the championship. Ooh. So again. Whoever said
Sports Illustrated.
He didn't come out and say Eric Thomas the reason. You know what I'm saying? You know people run with stuff, but they used it as fuel to win the championship.
And so did so many other people
for
use
sure.
it.
But I just thought that was dope when I read it. I was like, oh,
that's one of them things that you put in there just, make the check go up a little bit.
When that happened in Miami, you got homies, bro. Everybody called me. They just said they just showed Joe.
I was watching the game.
I just said that so y'all can send this man his championship ring.
Right. We did not get a ring.
I ain't mad.
We did get a ring from Baylor. You know what I'm saying?
No, I got the ring. He gave me the credit.
Yeah, we want to talk about your book,
ahead.
man.
Go
You got
ahead.
coming soon.
Check it out, man. It's hot off the press.
You owe you.
It's not out yet.
You owe you. What? Why do we owe us? Why?
Well, first of all, bro, I'm gonna be real. You know, when we talk about our ancestors, bro, and what they did in this country and how they built this country, at the end of the day, bro, when I come to Georgia, I don't feel bad. I feel great because my ancestors built this. Yeah. I'm talking about from the ground up, railroad, buildings, cotton. What they created out of their struggle. And so at the end of the day, I feel like I don't care what we're going through because we have opportunities that our ancestors didn't have. Bro, we owe it to ourselves. Bro, I heard, give me my man's name. I always forget the dude's name. Please don't kill me. Byron something, but he's like one of the top black TV dudes.
Byron Allen.
Yeah, don't nobody ever talk about my man.
Oh, man, I'm praying I get to, I'm something coming up.
He talked about how there's like 20 billion, $20 trillion floating around.
Weather channel, he on all that.
That's floating around that is looking for a place to. Bro, he just talked about all these opportunities. And we're in a place where, bro, you know how much money I make to speak? Martin Luther King, if he would be alive today, bro, you understand what kind of bread he would be making as an orator? Yeah. So I'm born at a time where I can have opportunities that he couldn't have.
Yeah.
And so, bro, we owe it to ourselves. What about racism? It's real. Mm-hmm. We see it every day. Mm-hmm. But I owe it to myself to overcome any challenge, any obstacle, because these darn sure ain't the obstacles my ancestors was going through. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watched on the plane, a young lady in front of me was watching 12 Year Slave? Yeah. Bro, they took a free man and bound. I'm watching, bro, I'm looking at it like, yo, we lived in a time frame where they could just take you and make you work for them for free, and you could. And so now I got the internet. Yeah. Bro, do you understand when I was coming up, if you blew up, you got to go through ABC, NBC, CBS. You know how much money you got to pay to get on TV? Bro, you can get on now, and you seeing, I'm sitting with somebody that took this doggone thing.
That phone changed my life.
Bro,
that phone changed
I'm looking at somebody
my
that's got millions without the help of a major network. Millions of people that are following him. Sure. He's created and crafted his own. He realized one day, they ain't coming for you. Facts. They ain't coming to save you. They ain't coming to give you your money. They ain't coming to give you no opportunity. But just because they're not coming to give it to you, don't mean it don't exist. It exists, it's real. Ain't nobody gonna give you no GED. Ain't nobody gonna give you a 4-year degree, master's degree, PhD. Earn that. Ain't nobody gonna get that to you, but it can be given. So my thing is, I waited for my father. No disrespect. He had a life of his own. He had stuff he had to deal with. He didn't come for me. There were other people that I just assumed they gonna come and save me from this abandoned building. They not coming for you, E. But the person that you need to save you has been with you all along. And that's you. You there, E. You there. Put the boots on, E. Put the cape on. You owe you, bro. And so I wrote this book because I am sick and tired of hearing people say, man, I need this break, and the government need to do this, and the feds ain't this, and they ain't this. Why we acting like we ain't know that in the first place? Why you acting like it's brand new to you? Why you acting like, we just discovered that this is that? Bruh, it's been like this. It ain't nothing new, but Frederick Douglass, bruh, enslaved, bruh. Fix that, E. We weren't slaves, we were enslaved. Bruh, this dude bought his own freedom. How you do that? How are you in a system that does not want you to be free and you found a way to buy your own freedom? How did you find a way to learn how to read when it was illegal to learn how to read? They understood that if we gonna get it, we gonna have to go get it ourselves. And y'all always talking about go get the bag. No, go get the life. Don't get the bag. The bags come and go. Go get the life. And so I just wrote a book to tell my people, if you waiting on the government, if you waiting on him, you waiting on her, you waiting on your leader, you waiting on your pastor, whoever you waiting on, stop waiting. You owe it to yourself to fly first class, to fly private. It's people flying first class. It's people who flying private. It's people who living in these. Look, I'm going to tell y'all this. I will tell y'all this. I went to the Four Seasons in Orlando. I was working for the school system. When I was there, LeBron, I don't remember. It had to be Cleveland. I think LeBron was in Cleveland. And they were out there at the swimming pool doing their thing. One of the coaches I knew I chopped it up with, one of the players I knew I chopped it up with, and I call my people and say, hey, look, they don't have hotels for NBA players. They don't got hotels for. They don't have a single hotel that's in a city that only the NBA players can go to. They don't have a hotel for only the MLB. They don't have a hotel for the NFL players. They don't have a hotel for Warren Buffett. They don't have a hotel for Bill Gates. It's called the Four Seasons or the Ritz or the Waldorf Astoria, whatever it's called. I don't know the name of some of these hotels. They don't have a hotel. Now, they might be standing in the penthouse suite, but if they stand there, they human, it means you could be there. If somebody flying private, you too can fly private. You know, and so the Desi Banks of the world, these young bros, are showing us that you can have your own studio. You can have multiple cameras. You can say, hey, E, not just go out to eat. Yo, we can build content that's going to change the world. So whatever you want, you the person that can give it to you. How do I know? Because no human has ever thought something that they are not capable of doing. The brain don't work like that. If your brain thinks it, it means you have the ability to create what your mind saw. And so do me a favor, stop waiting on my mama. Did she have you? Yes. You don't know what your mama went through. My daddy is his responsibility. Yeah, you 8 years old, 1,000%. You should be whining and crying because you got a bad parent lottery. For sure. But if you hit 17, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, you don't need the lottery no more. You just became your own ticket. Like, you don't need no lottery no more. Once you grow up and you realize your brain work and your soul and your heart work and your mouth work, at that point, you don't need nobody else to get it done. So You Owe You is the name of the book. And I'm hoping when you read it, you're going to see how I stopped being a victim. My daddy, Detroit public school systems. Well, I was not born to two parents that was married and had some money. Well, play the hand that you get. And you know what's so crazy, though? I never knew I was short. That's the craziest thing. And you know why I never knew I was short?
You look.
Bruh, here's what's crazy. This is why I never knew I was short.
Sure.
Because I grew up in a house with a man that was 6'8", so nobody was taller than me. That's crazy. Like, cats would think they was taller than me. I lived in a house with a dude that was 6'8", who wore a size 18, 19 shoe. You see 18, 19 shoes. So for me, nobody was tall. It's crazy, your perspective. But people would look at me as I was short, but I was looking at you like you were short. Because the man that I grew up with, and every time I was with him, there was rarely ever another man that was as tall as he was. I never went nowhere where nobody was taller than my father. I mean, serious. Like, when I start looking at NBA players, I would be like, Bron, Jordan, my father, they height. Bron's 6'8". My father was 6'8". They was 6'9". They called him 6'9". That was his name. They called him 6'9". It wasn't nobody taller than him. For sure. So in my world, I always saw height. I saw it every day. So when I would go in the world, I never saw my classmates as like being tall because they weren't tall. So literally, I never had a problem with height. But my son always had a problem. He always wanted to be tall. I used to pray like, God, I don't know what you're going to do for this boy because he's about to kill himself. And he didn't grow, spurt. He had a spurt. He was about 5'7", 5'8" maybe. And then some summer he had a spurt, and he's like maybe 6'2", 6'3". And I was like, thank you, God. He would have killed. My man would have committed suicide.
No. My man was obsessed with how he came to me and said, Uncle C, I'm going to be your height. I'm 6'3". I said, Bug, let me tell you something. Your daddy, 5'7". This kid looked at me and said, no, I'm going to be your height. Bruh, I looked at it, he was like, don't worry about it. I started paying extra tithes at church. I told God I just want to be tall. That boy's 6'3" right now.
Wow.
Bruh,
I'm not playing. He's 6'3".
Wow. He really was. And again, I just say that because, you know, you're doing these kind of stuff come up at these podcasts you don't talk about regularly. But I never had a height problem, or I never had like an insecurity with my height. Like, I never felt like I was short. And it was because I lived in a house with a man that was 6'8" or 6'9". You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just saying to y'all who are listening, it's really perspective. Your reality is what you make it. You feel what I'm saying? See, my father, like, for real, my man, when he walk into a room, it's like you notice that he's in the room. You know what I'm saying? You notice it.
You Owe You.
You Owe You. You Owe You is the book,
That's
man.
what you call, so in comedy, we call that a callback. meaning he just
Yeah, he
pulled
took
his,
the long way home,
Oh,
and
yeah,
got,
yeah,
but he
yeah.
got
But
there.
that's just so
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why you know you got
Yeah.
you a great
Yeah.
speaker
Nah,
right
for
here.
sure.
He's a,
Yeah.
we
he know what he
doing
doing.
on the side.
He know what he
We
doing.
were working it. We have been working it on the side.
He know what he doing. He brought
We
that
gonna bring that joker
Yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah. Nah, for
thing.
sure.
Brought that thing
Nah,
full
for sure.
circle with
Yeah.
the callback.
Nah.
100%.
Nah, facts, man. But yeah, that's
And I'm
the
5'9" now. 'Cause I keep my shoes on.
There it is. There it is.
I keep my shoes on.
For sure.
But no, man. Hey, the book UOU, man.
Yeah, yeah.
DT, man. We appreciate you
Man,
so
Pre-order
much,
it now.
man,
Pre-order
for
it now.
coming in.
Thanks,
yeah,
man.
pre-order the book right now,
Yeah,
man.
etinspires.com.
Yeah, man. We thank you so much,
Thank
man.
y'all for having me, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
appreciate
Rich,
y'all for
rich.
real, man.
Yeah, this is
Inspiration.
good. Thanks for driving all the way.
Yeah, from Alabama.
the ham.
From
Come on,
Birmingham,
man.
man.
Y'all
But
boys
yeah.
keep doing your thing too,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Like
It's
y'all
impressive.
inspiring a lot
It's
of people,
inspiring,
man.
yeah.
And just like we came up now and like looking at y'all and looking at how y'all doing your thing, man, it's another whole group of kids now looking at y'all like, man, you know what I mean? So the farther you take it, the farther they gonna
gonna
take
go.
it. You
Most
know what I
definitely,
mean?
most definitely. Man, we
Salute.
appreciate you, man. Thank you again. Before you go, I would just like you to say one thing, man. What's some advice you can get to the people, man? Somebody out there chasing their dreams, who want to give up. You know what I'm saying? What's something that you can let them know to, to keep going, man?
Yeah, the only way you can lose is if you quit.
There it is.
That's it. Like your ancestors, bro. Look at the DNA, bro. I know we watch the movies, but like that was their real life, getting kidnapped and coming over here and working for free under crazy conditions, bro. If they can keep going for you, they didn't even keep going for themselves. But this is what they hope would happen.
Yeah.
This is what they kept like. Bro. Can you imagine that? That you keep going, knowing you ain't gonna never get it, but you're doing it because you're hoping the next generation gonna get it. That's a different grind, bro.
Yeah.
We grind and we see the benefits of our grind.
Big fact.
They grind and knew they would never see that it was a dream that they hope would come. If they didn't quit, bro, you have absolutely no right. Listen to me. I'm not saying don't quit. I'm saying you ain't got no right to quit. Exactly. You have no right to quit because you got a headache or because somebody left you or because you failed one time. You have absolutely no right. And let me just be real with you. It don't even look good on you. Like you don't even look good quitting. You don't even don't nobody want to hang out with you quitting. Like it's not even favorable for you. You're doing something that ain't even working for you. Stop. Whatever you do, don't quit. Yep. It did take me 12 years to get a 4-year degree, but I promise you, when you look at my degree, it says I have the rights and the privileges of everybody. And can I be honest with y'all? It took me 12 years to get a 4-year degree. Do you know my daughter said to me, Dad, do you know that your face is up on, like when you go to the university, you like one of the popular people? My daughter was like, Dad, they got you as a celebrity graduate. When Michigan State did the COVID video, Magic, Steve Smith, bro, I was on the video. Yeah. I was homeless. I'm on the video with Magic and Steve Smith. Wow. So what I'm telling you is, how did I do it? Perfect? Nope. No challenges? Nope. Always did the right thing? Nope. The only thing I did do is I never quit and I never gave up. And so you already in pain. Get a reward for it.
There it is, man. Woo, get a reward for your pain.
Yeah.
That's right, man. We thank you so much, man. And all the people that's watching right now, man, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Make sure y'all comment below, you know what I'm saying, about this, man. And make sure you follow him on Instagram. You can give me your Instagram, social media, and thing like that.
E.T. the hip-hop preacher, right?
There it is.
Yeah.
We'll have it on the thing.
Yeah, we have it on the thing, man. But yeah, man, thank y'all so much for tuning in.
Click the thing.
Yes, sir, click the thing, man. But thank you again, E.T.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all, baby.
Yes, sir. How It Goes Down podcast with Desi Banks, out to Walker. Hey, Parlay. There it is.